Hello, family, friends, fans, and fellow adventurers. Welcome back to Practical Heroes with our second flagship campaign, Sands of Syldaris, set in the pretty much entirely homebrew world of Eros. Deep inside of which, last time, our brave and bold party, Abacadabra, ventured forth into Balthior. Yes, I nearly said Balthazar by accident. Balthior's dream.
Inside of
Balthior's blessing.
Balthazar.
Sorry, he's the god of dreams. God, it's going good for me today. Balthior's blessing. A nearby Stonehenge, where they took a little nap after coming across a tribe of Bullywugs led by King Glap. You traded some T-Rex dinosaur steaks for friendship and shelter for the night, and ended up hearing about a magical crystal that was once in the center of this Stonehenge and has seemingly been stolen by the tower's henchmen or henchbots. You promised that you'd see what you could do about getting it back, and with some honeyed words from Chester, you were actually able to recruit the Bullywugs to surround the city of Bellica and wait for his signal for if you need any backup or if you needed a big distraction, they would immediately invade the city. But you continued on your way to New Bellica. You snuck your way in through a side entrance that Warden hoped was still there, and fortunately very much was. You discovered that it is indeed now referred to as New Bellica, for Old Bellica was trampled and destroyed. And after watching several guard patrols and keeping well out of the way of them for fear of being noticed and recognized, you snuck into a nearby house after watching someone perform a secret knock and gain entrance. You found the people within were in fact the resistance that Ilias had told you about, the people who were preparing to bring the fight to the tower and potentially free Bellica from the tower's grasp. You sat down with them, you conversed with them, you ate pierogi, and just, had a good time. You went into their basement thinking nothing of it, and had a lovely little nap thinking nothing of it, and woke up.
Everything was great.
Everything was working out,
Totally fine. Yeah.
After freeing yourself from the basement that you were trapped in, you found that half of the resistance force had been slaughtered during the night, and realized that things might be kinda not okay, so you launched your assault early on the tower. You made your way across the town and headed to the tower's tower. That is, of course, the eponymous tower belonging to the eponymous tower. And
his branding is on point, honestly.
Honestly. All over
the tower.
Like, my man picked a theme and he stuck with it.
Yeah.
I cannot
just love a good theme.
There, but the
We do love a good theme.
Stacked tower burgers.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
I think we had this guy I think we were wrong about this guy. Okay, let's hear him out. Actually,
This just sounds like Las Vegas, honestly.
I mean, it worked out for Warden last time. And I'm a cool cyborg.
That's very true. You're not wrong.
You headed over to the tower's tower, and as promised, the guards at the entrance simply patrolled somewhere else to allow you easy and smooth entry. You made your way in through the front door, and there you saw a Dwergar that you have seen a number of times around the Silent Isle. He welcomed you at the airship dock. He welcomed you at the museum. He was in the patrol of the guards that Chester was debating, flirting with. And he's been around. He's been around, and you guys have seen him a few times. And I had notes on how to throw the blame and potentially try and make you guys think that there was a bunch of cousins. But I didn't have to use them, which is great fun.
Yeah, because
I just look,
We
man.
just
I
assumed.
grew up on
We were like-
Pokemon. Okay, I was thinking like Nurse Joy. Okay, like
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Legit.
I just thought you really liked Duragar. You were just like really into it this season. I was like, okay.
oh no, Dragon Guard! Quickly, you gotta get out there. The tower could be anywhere.
Last time it was kobolds, this time it's Dwargar.
Yeah, I just,
The tower is actually 5 Dragar and a trench coat.
That's how they get so tall.
And as you entered and were confronted with the tower, you did see a figure there with him, robed, hooded, cloaked, with a Phantom of the Opera-esque half mask on his face. As you were confronted with these sights, he cast a teleportation spell. And the way I like to do magic in my games is with spellcasters and people who have learnt from spellcasters. I like to vibe with the idea that there's like magical signatures. Everyone has their own magical signature. It's how you can therefore start tracking people and following people doing magic. So Linga, for example, would potentially have a somewhat similar signature to the person that taught her, but it's her own signature. And this one was familiar to Linga. It follows the same sort of style and vibe as, funnily enough, the wizard who taught her. Weird that I used that example, huh?
Crazy.
Fuck that guy.
And with that, we left off as this guy teleported away, and the tower turned around and said, "Ah, Warden, what a completely unexpected surprise." And by unexpected, I mean completely expected.
I love him.
A regular cyborg? Warden the cyborg.
Warden the cyborg!
I can't believe you just.
So, with
I
that,
hate you.
and with the reveal that this man that you have seen a number of times is in fact the tower.
Doofenshmirtz. Oh.
Yeah, it's Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Doofenshmirtz has a tower.
Oh, it checks
The
out.
first thing you hear is Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Christ, Mitch. Okay.
Anyway, somebody
So-
clip this and send this to the creator.
Mira, I know what we're going to do today.
What?
Practical
Take over the
Heroes,
world?
powered by
That's
the
Piggy
Ranger.
the Brain.
And Phineas and Ferb.
Allegedly.
I didn't know the reference until you said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like,
Jason
May was
Verb.
just sitting here quietly.
It's a little before my
patiently
time.
waiting.
Sorry.
The old one.
Sorry, non-zoomers. It's Jason Verb.
I'm pretty good, you have to admit, at references. But
That's true.
It's probably a poll. It's probably a poll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Phineas and Ferb was like kind of like towards the end of like when I was like still watching cartoons, before I started like, like growing out of it.
I feel like I only know about.
Instead.
I've been X-Men recently, rewatching the
God,
90s.
yeah.
So good. But yes,
I heard X-Men 97 is great.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
rewatching, yeah.
I haven't watched it yet.
The original is so
I
good.
rewatched
My husband didn't watch it though. It was beyond his time.
And 97 has been fantastic.
Good.
And speaking of
I'm excited.
Fantastic things. Sands of Syldaris, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to leave.
As he turns around to face you, you can see he's holding a fairly large warhammer from the looks of it. Just to kind of reset the scene a little bit, switch to the map view for the stream as well. You were in this large square room. The floors are basically like solid metal. There are they look almost like minecart rails that are kind of dipping up and down across the floors, the ceilings. They seem to go up into the next floors and come back down. They have these large hanging cages hanging from them that look like they are about the same or similar size, enough to fit a average-sized human. There are
I don't like this music.
arcano-mechanical gears and bits of equipment. There are these large spinning cogs. There's pistons. There's huge machines all across this floor of the tower. There's a large spiral staircase towards the back corner and a large disc in the middle of the room, which you've cast the spell enough, you guys would be able to identify as very likely to be a floating disc for ease of access to floors if you don't want to be walking upstairs.
Very nice that it's accessible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's all about accessibility.
Yeah.
That's
there is
nice.
also a large forge towards the back of this main room where you can see it very much seems to be powered by a large pool of lava that is being piped in, presumably from underground. There is a large pipe coming in from the outside, pouring lava into this forge, but also seemingly piping it into these arcano-mechanical engines down here, piping it to other rooms upstairs. And finally, the other part that would immediately catch, probably Linger's notice, is basically adjacent to you guys on your left, the very large crystal in a large contraption having what appears to be some sort of beam of electricity or energy constantly fired at it by what appears to be a very heavily modified ether cannon. This likely appears to be the crystal that the Bullywugs were telling you about. And you can see, as you kind of look at it, the air around it almost seems to be kind of distorting and rippling every now and then. Mura, as you kind of catch notice, you can see like the ley lines being pulled towards it as the tower turns to regard you all. And it has been quite some time since I've seen you. That is not his voice. He's not from here. Welcome back, Philakis. Please don't all stand on ceremony.
No, we're novice.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, is this a pile of dead bodies here?
It is. I'm pretty sure it is. I've been looking at that
It
too.
wasn't mentioned, but
That's what appealed to
Yes,
the
it's
pile of dead
partially
bodies.
obscured by what is next to it is a cage, kind of like a large, kind of 15-foot cage. But I didn't want to make it actually 15 foot on the map because that just takes up too much of the map.
A lot.
But in the middle, yes, there are wrapped up bodies and like a drain, a large drain underneath them.
Ew.
Ew.
My God, he's taking humans and turning them into
stains around the drain. Weird.
he's taking humans and turning them into automatons. Is this the Helldivers reference?
Sneaky.
No, because I had this all planned before Helldivers.
They stole it.
No.
All right. Well,
Alright.
Warden appears rather quiet, all things considered. He doesn't really respond to the tower, instead just slowly starts drawing his sword.
Or are we fighting?
Roll me a d20, Warden.
Oh no. Oh man.
this happened a lot last session too.
I can't scry on you right now. You're right there.
You're right here.
It would scroll
Ooh.
me right there, you
That's
son of a bitch.
I think it was the first time you rolled good on one of these too.
Finally, gosh.
Warden, the static in your brain that you have felt every time you've tried to recall memories. There is a brief kind of blip in this static. All of a sudden, flashes of the last time you were in this tower are just assaulting you. You see flashes of this Duergar stood over you with saws, cutting implements, various pliers, tweezers, tools. You hear laughter in the background, You feel yourself being carried upstairs and placed on a large stone slab by this large purple-skinned Goliath with very similar hair to the tower. The flash of memory that you'd had previously grows a bit clearer. You can see, as you were originally placed on this slab the first time you were here, you see in the corner of the room there was a Dwergar that you met with Chester, Kay, receiving a very large sum of money from the tower. You see she's accompanied by a small group of drow. And where last time it was almost like white noise as they were talking, you hear, "The Empress sends better people my way these days. The last few of my assistants weren't quite as good as yourself. But keep up the good work and we'll keep the money coming." As Kay smiles and nods and departs, and you're back in the tower, staring at the tower as you draw your sword. You see his grip on his handle of his Warhammer tightens. "Are we jumping straight to violence, then? That always was your way."
Chester totally looking at Warden for the. Ooh.
Yeah, Warden's gaze just seems to be set on the tower.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's fair.
Normally he would look to you guys for like, just to kind of feel like where we were going with this, but he seems set on this.
As you're staring at him, I would remind you that I am
Linger
very much...
and rip. Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Lindsay's frozen.
Yeah, she's frozen for me.
She is frozen for me as well.
I don't have Lindsay anymore.
Lindsay.exe.
I'm gone.
Lindsay's gone.
I heard her say gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, she gone.
She
no.
actually. Oh no.
Oh no.
Technical difficulties. Please excuse the eldritch mess on your screens. She back.
There you go.
Mm.
All right.
But yes, linger and rip. You were saying.
Oh, I was just gonna say they're sidestepping towards the cannon
Okay.
and the crystal.
The tower.
No reason. Don't mind me.
Tightens his grip on his hammer, and I would remind you that I am a man who takes many precautions, and he taps the butt of the warhammer on the floor. You hear gears start to whir, and towards the back here, this set of rails, you see the cages along it start to move, and a large shape starts to descend from the floor above. You can see it seems to be parts of a torso. There is a single arm, a head, and most of the torso. You can see Ilias has been mostly dismantled. He looks beaten up, bloodied, but
bastard.
alive and hanging in there just about. There is a pair of meat hooks through his shoulders, and he is just hanging from this rail as he slides down.
Buddy.
That's nasty.
Yeah. As Wordcat sees that, there's almost like an audible like creaking of like the leather gloves, like as he loosens his grip a little bit, like on his sword.
Mm-hmm.
You will let them go.
And why would I do that? They make such great leverage, family members.
Because you will come to regret any action that you take further.
He just kind of lifts up his free hand and inspects his nails. And, if you recall, I have very few regrets in this life. I'm quite content, frankly. And from the back of the room, you see Ilias, pained, lifts his head a little bit. And you can just hear as he kind of rasps across the room. Philakis. She's alive. In the basement. Kill him.
Let's fucking go!
The tower, that's enough for
Hey!
you. He slams his warhammer and Ilias starts going back up the rail upstairs.
All right. Well,
And you can
That's
hear
not
him
supposed to be funny, but it.
shouting defiantly, calling to Warden for the tower's head. And I'm assuming at this point you guys would like to roll initiative.
Oh, hell yeah!
yeah, we just didn't want to step on Warden toes. It's
Yeah.
waiting.
He ain't got no toes. It's been stepped on. So I was like,
Yes.
so roll.
Let's go.
Nice.
Warden with the 20.
That's what we like.
Hell
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect for me too.
Very good for the spellcasters.
No, I'm very happy.
All according to plan.
I don't love rolling low normally, but like in this case, I actually do.
As it is written.
So, we will do it this way, I think. Warden, you can go first with your initiative count of 20 before the lane action,
Right.
because I'm nice. And
So-
I'll open it up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I can't believe Mitch planned this, guys. That's crazy.
that's so crazy that Mitch hacked the computer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I sent like a bribe to Shard, to the devs, and said, can you make sure that the first roll he gets is initiative count 20, so that it coincides and makes me look really
Well, it's in
nice.
our script, so.
Yeah, it's in our script. As you know, all of this is
Yes.
scripted.
Yeah, it's after, it's one of the quotes after my birth bombs.
I said I peaked. That's when I peaked, like literally, probably, but I peaked then, and I've never been as good since.
Yes, you have.
Thank you, Mitch.
Okay. So yeah. Hope is a great sword, right? The sword I got
Yes,
from
it
okay.
is indeed.
thought so. So yeah, Warden will actually draw his brother's sword, Hope.
Mhm.
And yeah, I will do the most Warden thing I can imagine, which is move up straight, charge directly at him, and yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm so stressed out by that.
So
Combat
yeah,
is so stressful for me, like in general.
this is one of the first few times that Warden's actually gone first, so like
That's
this is so
true.
liberating.
Hell yeah!
Get
fuck
in there,
them up.
buddy.
Warden
No, man.
slash.
Do it.
Do it.
Let me see. With that,
Just to remind everyone, while rolls are being rolled,
hmm,
here is a little
all right.
handout to show you what the
I
tower
will make an
looks like.
attack. Whoa, why is the tower so
Whoa.
big?
Whoa, he's so
Oh,
big.
It's a little
He used
handout
him
just to
large.
show you guys what he looks like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it doesn't matter what he looks like now because he's gonna look like dead soon.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently we needed the
Remember
visual since words didn't do it for us. They're like, all these there are, and they're dreads, man.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Such an evil grin.
I will say that, like,
for the stream viewers, so that they could have some
Oh, yeah.
stuff to see.
for the flavor, I'll be like, normally Warden kind of waits for you guys to make the first move or whatever, but with this, like, despite being a giant tin man, he fastly approaches the tower and draws his weapon, and he's gonna go in for his first attack. 16.
16.
Oh, you got it.
misses. As you swing the sword at him, and he deflects it with his warhammer.
Mhm.
How dare he?
No.
9 for second
that
attack.
Is an inspiration for getting a nat one.
That is inspiration.
It's okay. Warden's being overwhelmed by memories and emotions right now. That's what's going on.
Yes.
Wait, the 16 didn't hit?
No.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
That's the worst.
So,
Not a fan.
forgive me, brother, but I must go all out just this once, and I'll take an action surge, please.
Ooh. I'm too excited.
There we go, 23.
Will hit.
Here you go.
All
As he
right,
is
and
just
with
very
that,
cocky, deflecting this sword, you just slip over the defense.
I am about
Panic in his
to.
eyes.
Oh, let's extend that panic a little bit by using menacing attack, please.
Jojo letters above Warden's head. Menacing in
So yeah, wisdom save, DC 13.
That is a total of 21. I am genuinely sorry that my first roll with my physical dice was legitimately a nat 20, but it's a good thing.
Hey man,
You've got it out
hey
of
man,
the way.
you've been training those dice really well, okay?
We've got it out
Clearly
of
the
the
training
way.
has paid off for them.
Hopefully this means there won't be loads more.
Hey,
When
it
they happen
happens.
first things first, I don't get many more.
Man, this rolls a lot of dice. So yeah, 11 slashing plus 2 force for a total of 13. Then I need to add that 1d8. My superiority dice. So extra 3 damage from my superiority.
So
Sorry,
I
taken.
to the tower. Hope damage 13. There we go. And then Hope Warden damage 3. Cool. Thanks, Shard,
All
for
right.
making that nice and easy.
Really is, actually, yeah.
I can literally just click on his token and just click the last 2 rolls and it applies it to his health. Really useful.
That's actually really cool, yeah.
Means less maths for me. I can just click the last 2 rolls.
So I get another attack.
Because that was just the first one of the action surge.
We're just getting started.
27 hits.
There we go. 27. For a total of 16 damage.
Roblox oofed noises. Ooh!
Fuck him up.
He looks hurt. He looks kind of hurt. Does that end Warden's turn?
Yeah, just as like they're binding and winding in the middle of the duel, Warden will speak up that out of everything, you are probably the best at your craft. But unfortunately, you've done too good of a job with me.
As the music crescendoed as well. Oh, beautiful. Chef's kiss. Take a bow. Does that end your turn?
That will be my turn, yes, thank you.
In that case, on initiative count 20, the layer action as the tower taps his hammer on the floor, the rails start moving, these hanging cages start sliding along the rails, as you see in 2 cages there are these humanoid figures. They look very similar to Warden. The rails suddenly stop, the doors to the cage start rattling, and the cages drop off the rails. And
Take 2d6 falling damage.
2 grafted drop from the
Oh, they even have
from the rails.
T-visors too.
Yes.
The T-visor is supposed to be my thing.
You
Well,
just
now they essentially must
originated
die.
it.
It is true. So, that was the layer action. It is now the tower's turn. First things first. The runes on his hammer and his armor start to glow. He smiles at you, Warden, and spits a glob of blood onto the floor before suddenly his entire form starts to ripple and shift and enlarge.
Yeah.
As boom,
Oh, cool.
he suddenly changes to this 8-foot tall Goliath, the same one you remember carrying you up to the stone slab. The armor changes, reforms, and refits. The hammer grows larger and more imposing. He's going to use a bonus action to manifest his wings. We will
Damn,
show
he even
you
has cool wings.
what he looks like as these ethereal burning wings sprout from his back, and he
His feet
If
are
we are
so
doing
small.
Yeah, he's got teeny feet.
Hero Forge man.
Little toesies. Mitch just like, let me have my fucking moment. Stop talking about how small his feet are.
and he is
His baby feet.
to swing his psychic attuned hammer at Warden. The first roll is a constructed 20 to hit.
Oh, what kind of 20?
Constructed, dirty 20.
Yes.
I've heard anyone say constructed 20.
It's because I'm used to
You've
saying
heard it a couple
constructed
times.
from my home game, because that's just how we
Oh.
always referred to it. The more you know, that's how we say it in my game.
Mhm.
So while enlarged, it does a little bit more damage. Does it hit?
That's a lot of damage.
Sorry, I should have
Yes.
asked. 20. I thought it did.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
What's
yeah,
your
yeah.
AC?
19.
19.
Fuck that.
That's why I was querying it, because I was like, I couldn't remember exactly. So it's...
I'm going to wreck this dude.
You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage and 5 points of psychic damage as
So 16 overall.
the hammer just thunders into the side of Warden's head. And you guys watch as runes along the head of the hammer flare up. Warden, you feel a pulse through your head, and some of the memories that were starting to flood back in immediately just go fuzzy again.
Can I... never mind.
And he's going to use his movement, so he will provoke an attack of opportunity.
I'm sorry, you cut out there.
You cut out, yeah.
No, he will provoke an attack of opportunity, but he's going to use his movement to use his magical burrowing.
Oh, the tower?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuck him up.
Burrow into metal?
Oof.
Yes. He can pass
Magical.
through
Wild.
while the wings are manifested. He can.
That's a lot.
through it
Yeah,
without
that's.
disturbing
I mean, you did say magical. I'm not like you could.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
whoa.
I'm just giving the mechanic behind it because it's kind
Yeah.
of cool.
It is
Yeah.
cool.
Because it's
Unexpected.
If people find a way to disrupt the rings, you could potentially stop him burrowing. A 10, unfortunately.
Oh, like Layla?
No. As Warden wasn't quite expecting this, you've never seen him do this before, as the wings just suddenly wrap around him. The metal almost seems to heat up underneath him, and he just sinks into the ground, and the metal cools. And you watch as he
Wild.
emerges on the other side, and the wings open back up menacingly. Also, part of the reason I put in burrowing is because I know Lindsay likes burrowing stuff.
I do like.
That was probably an excited. He's burrowed? Then
It was a
Yeah,
mixture of
it
both.
was. Yeah,
In my mind.
it was.
Chester.
All right, Chester is gonna take that up by his friend here, and as he's moving, you're gonna see a ethereal arm sort of appear as blade mirage, and they're all holding what appear to be his rapier.
Nice.
And I am going to attack the Grafteds with advantage, no less, because of these thingamabobs. So for multiple places, but only one is real. Specifically, this one that's going to hit him. Hopefully, where am I?
He has to make an intelligence check
He
as an action.
well, he can use his action on his turn to make an
Yes,
intelligence
that's what I was
check.
just reading.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, so rapier.
Fun spell. I assume concentration.
It is, yeah. So a 14 or a worse. I'm going to use an inspiration because I want to hit this.
I will be nice to you and say
Oh,
the 17 wouldn't hit. So if you do want to use your inspiration, use your inspiration.
okay, yeah, I do. Yes, please. All right. I don't think I'm hitting.
Unfortunately, not, as you lunge towards him with the rapier, this grafted draws a long sword and slaps the blade out the way.
You're going down, mister. Eventually, I swear to God. All right, well, I suppose that's my turn, and I have to go watch, so I'll be right.
That's your turn? Cool. In that case, the one that was just attacked, unfortunately, as he's just vanished, but he'd just been attacked. So, the one that was just attacked, kind of looks up at Chester. Target acquired. And is going to take a swing. Hold on. Is my effect on? Because it's showing as
Yes,
Yes,
it's on.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
you mistimed it, unfortunately.
No, because when I went to the page, it said it was already on, so I was like, it must just be the other way round.
Hmm.
So if I press it, it'll then go on. And then it just seems like it had glitched itself out. That's fine. Maybe that's why I've been quiet for you guys this whole time. It might have been on this entire time. But also I am
Maybe.
still showing up as kind of quiet in OBS, so I'll see if I can fix that at some point during someone else's turn. It's going to take a step in and swing twice. First one misses, second one hits Chester. Yes, it does. For 8 points of slashing damage. But don't panic though, that is the max they can roll.
What was the attack roll?
It
I'll probably just take it, but I'm curious.
I don't remember now. I think it was a 19.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't have shielded it. Regardless, okay. 8
Oh
points.
yeah, I forgot you have shield, my bad. The first one missed anyway, but the second one did hit for 8 points of
Great.
damage.
Okay.
And that ends that Grafted's turn. This boy is gonna run on over here. And I'm gonna turn the music down for me because it's very loud for me. How
yeah,
is it for you guys?
it's a little loud for me.
Yeah, and you're a little quiet still. I don't know if you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and fix that on someone else's turn. I'm not quite sure what's happening. But I can see it on OBS. I'm quieter than normal as well. But yes, so this Grafted is going to run over at Warden and swing twice with a Warhammer. The first one misses. The second one is a 17, which I believe also misses.
Yes.
And Warden, you can see these ones, whilst definitely modelled similarly or after you, there is something about them that you can just tell. It's like there's something missing that you have that they don't have. And this very much seems to be impeding how well this grafted humanoid is able to attack you. But with that moral quandary, it's Mira's turn.
Oh god! Oh no! Yeah, the moral quandary. Okie dokie. Well, fuck. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Actually,
My mic
I
should
don't
be
know.
fixed now.
Ooh,
Yeah, you sound good. Okay.
I'd accidentally turned my gain off. Somehow I disabled the plugin when I was screwing
Okay.
around with it the other day, I think.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Okay, I'm gonna move up 20 feet and I'm gonna cast Bless at second level. So all four of us get blessed.
Ooh.
Second level. Get
You might all be able to click where it says condition bless and add it to yourselves.
condition bless.
You can.
Add condition bless. Okay, cool. I've been
Hell
blessed.
Automatically add it where applicable.
Hell yeah.
That's great. Love that.
Where is that?
In the
chat. Where it says condition.
yeah, you can say
Oh.
Mira condition blessed.
Okay.
So get blessed, idiots.
That's handy.
You guys
All
have
right,
to-
Shard.
All right,
It is
Char,
really cool.
do the damn thing. I'm also going to use Quicken spell to turn a spell that's an action into a bonus action. I can do that, right, Mitch? You let me cast 2-leveled spells if one's an action and one's a
Yeah,
bonus action. Or
Fairly
you know.
certain
Okay,
That is how Quicken Spell is intended to work, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
great.
But I know that's how it works with Action Surge. So
Yeah, and I'm gonna cast. Let me read this spell really quick.
that's a
I
cool
already
spell.
read it.
No, but it's the panic of having to actually use it, and the
Yeah.
whole description leaves your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna touch Warden's shoulder and I'm gonna cast Gift of Luck on him. So you're gonna get advantage on any 3 rolls of your choice. And then I'm gonna move back 10 feet.
Thank you.
I'm gonna move back 10 feet because I'm too close to everything.
Yeah, you can also apply that one from the chat as well if you click Condition Spell Tag.
That's all you, buddy.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm gonna. I wish I had is there a concentration condition? Because I am concentrating on bless, so I just want to make sure.
There might not be, but I can just drop one on you as a custom condition.
That'd be great, just so I remember.
I don't know if it'll auto prompt you to make saves every time you're hit though.
That's okay. I'll remember.
But you'll
Just
at
don't
least
hit
see
me.
Oh, all of
Easy.
the conditions are
Just leave her
missing.
alone.
What the fuck?
Oh, all
no.
of them?
Or most of them.
Listen, Shard, we were just praising you.
We just fixed this shard.
This has happened
Mine
a
are
few
all there.
times where my content just disables itself,
Huh?
and that's
Oh.
a me issue because I didn't set it up properly probably the first time round. But that's fine. I'll get that added to you.
Oh
Is
no,
that-
I can do it. I got it.
Yeah, you can just do add condition and then custom condition and then concentration.
Yeah, I
Um,
got you.
There we go. Shard Player's Guide was unticked. That's why. That's their version of the Player's Handbook.
Well,
Save, close, add condition, pick condition. There they all are.
Yeah.
Cool. Does that end Mira's turn?
It sure does. It sure does.
Alrighty then.
Make sure I put on the mage armor condition as well.
yeah, gotta have that on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I already had mage armor on, but
Yes,
Um,
I know that because you guys did make a point of mentioning
We-
it the minute you left the resistance house. You were like, we step outside, we cast mage armor, and we're heading for the tower.
I don't even think I think it's when we left the basement, we were like, we are casting mage armor.
We're gonna get it. We're learning how to play this game.
Yeah. Speaking of, it's Linger's turn.
Speaking of, all right, Linger is going to pull her spell book from the holster where it stays on her hip. Rip leaps gracefully from her horns down onto the pages and begins running. And that's how he turns his pages. Gets to the page that they want, and then just spread eagle, just flop down, keep the pages from fluttering while she reads. The book glows, and a point by the tower glows, and she summons little Linger, who isn't quite as bright and sparkly as she normally is, because Linger's a little shook about something. And little Linger is going to try to place. She's going to try to throw hands. We're going to see if this works.
I seem to have lost the little Linger token.
Damn it! No, a 16 does not hit. I'm
Does not.
guessing.
You do have inspiration.
But I was going to say, let me use one of them inspirations. Let me try that again. Got any of them inspirations? Let's see. It
That
was a
will
22 hit. All right. We're going to cast Inflict Wounds, but instead of Necrotic, because this whole situation feels like Necrotic won't be as effective, we're going to use Force damage. So she's trying to, blast his insides.
Oh, God.
13 points of interior force damage as little Linger
That's what I was expecting.
punches him
That's
right in the
pretty
cheek.
bad.
And then,
There we go.
okay. Actually, no. I'm gonna move her. I'm gonna keep her in the doorway.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
End of turn.
So you watch Linger as little Linger punches him as hard as she can in the cheek. And there's a moment where there's just no reaction. You're like, did that even work? And then he just... blood pouring out of his mouth. He's looking very hurt. But, still standing kind of strong. Little Linger and Rip are in the trackers. Are they doing anything?
Huh? No. We just moved towards the door a little bit.
Cool.
That's the end of our turn.
In that case, layer action will trigger this time first. It was just cool and fun to open with Warden moving before anything else. But this is technically how layer actions are supposed to go. So, what's your deal, friend? As the tower staggers back from the punishing blow from little Linger, it looks like he's about to use the hammer to steady himself, but he slams it on the ground twice more. The rails start to move again, and 2 more cages drop.
I don't like that.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
It is your turn.
Okay. Yeah, Warden will move right here.
Mm-hmm.
And with his first attack, he's going to attack this one on the right side.
Okay.
That's to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay. I was like, what's the extra dice? But it's hope. Or it's bless, I mean.
You also have advantage. Remember?
Right.
Because
yes.
if you wanted, you don't have to use it.
How many
3.
3.
It's up to you.
I'll use advantage on this.
Okay. Doesn't
15?
I'm afraid.
Darn.
I'm so
As-
sorry.
You guys see this grafted humanoid executes a very familiar deflecting block that you've seen Warden execute many times. But Warden knows how to get past it with a 25, slips over the defense.
Right.
That's my block.
Hmm.
That will hit.
Okay.
Oh, show.
Fuck.
Which
Those
one was
rolls.
it that you were attacking, sorry?
The one on the right there.
Cool. This guy takes 16 points of damage. You just immediately cleave off one of his arms. Part of the helmet goes flying in the opposite direction. You can see it's this, like, mechanical skull with the, like, face stretched across the front of the skeleton.
Hmm.
The
Ew.
jaw, there's like no lips on the mouth, you can just see the grinning teeth underneath, and there is just this black ooze dripping from his mouth now and from the wound where his arm used to be. Does that end Warden's turn?
That will, yes. I'm saving my superiority die for the tower.
I'm going to assume Little Linger's not a target that can be hit.
Correct.
Because that would, however, be very funny. She just sparkles into existence and he just fly swats her out of the air.
Sparkles
But
out
the
of existence.
the tower might not know that she can't be hit.
No, I know. It's just also for future reference.
Yeah, but yeah, she's not. She's
At the moment-
incorporeal.
She's done
Incorporeal.
damage, but at the moment she's like an annoyance, not something he's
Oh,
directly
yeah.
concerned with right now. He is,
Gotta
however,
get Rip in there.
Yes, directly concerned with you guys. So, let's go 1, 2, 3. He's going to use call to attack as he, you three, deal with them. And number 1, 2, excuse me, sir, 2, and 3 are going to immediately use their reactions. This one comes trundling on in, and the 2 in front of Warden are going to attack. But that's their reactions gone, so they can't be doing that again. Both miss. I'm not even going to add their
Yeah,
bonuses.
fuck
Both
you.
miss. Warden's like, here, let me show you how to do that block properly, buddy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
boy.
It's 2 people at the same time, and is like, see how that works when you do it right?
It's like all 3 blades cross and Warden like blocks both of them.
As Warden is just whirling this greatsword around, he knows how he fights. They don't. They've just had it implanted in them. He has used his bonus action already to manifest the wings the last round, so he's not going to need to do that again. That's his action if he uses call to attack, so... that ends his turn. This buddy doesn't exist yet. Chester, it is your
Wait,
turn.
You're going to try.
I didn't like
close
that.
to
I
me.
didn't like that.
I looked away for 2 seconds. Sorry, Chester.
He's going to try to hit this guy again.
Uh-huh.
The 22.
Oh,
There you go.
That bless coming in hard.
And 15 damage. Not too bad.
Oof.
Bro, this dude thinks I'm gonna be here.
I
Why is it
don't
not-
really.
It's trying to add plus 16 to your attack instead of taking it off of the hit points of this grafted.
Yeah, add the plus
Ah.
16 to Chester's attack. It
And it would have
definitely
only
should.
I'll
added it
take
to
that.
like the to hit, not the actual damage.
Weird.
But yes, Chester, as you just stab into this grafted humanoid, you can see like the exposed wiring and gears. This one has a lot more flesh going on, but is still quite a horrifying sight. Like you can kind of see a little bit as you check over your shoulder to see how Warden's getting on. You can see the one that he'd started exposing. While they are varying degrees of grafted arcanomechanics and humanoid, they are both monsters in comparison to what you have seen of Warden.
All right. You going down, ugly? And that'll be his turn there.
Cool. In that case, it's time for a little bit of retaliation.
Yeah.
He's gonna
Stands to reason.
swing twice. And actually no, because he doesn't care about you. So that one's gonna miss. That one's gonna hit with a 23.
Yeah. Not much I can do about that.
Okay, cool. I was like, I can't remember if you can shield that high, so I will let you know what it is
19.
just in case. Fine. That's a d6. And that's 4 points of slashing damage as he slashes at you again with the longsword.
Ow.
And excuse me. This next buddy is going to attack Warden again.
Oh, buddy.
Both of those are going to miss, so the tower is going to use his reaction this time. To use Scouring Instruction.
Gotta really put your back into it.
Yeah. As he just... What is the problem here? The grafted is going to take a d6 psychic damage and add that to his roll. So he takes 5 psychic damage and adds 5 to that roll, which I believe might still miss.
What was the original attack?
It's an 18, so it misses.
Yeah.
Ah, suck it, tower.
Yeah, take damage, bitch.
So the grafted takes 5 points of psychic damage and still misses.
Life's a
And
bitch.
You can just hear faintly from the back of the room as the tower... I mean, Linga's hearing this clearly because she can, I think, hear and see through
Yeah.
Linga. You just hear, useless machines.
Hmm.
And Mira.
Sorry, I was just
There's
reading through my ley line stuff.
There's a robo buddy right next to you, just kind of like, hey, how's it
Ow.
hanging? How you doing?
It's not going that great right now, honestly. I would honestly kind of prefer. I was just reading like through the ley line backlash stuff, and I'm like, oh no, because I love you lose all your remaining spell slots.
Yeesh. Do that last. Do it
Yeah,
after
do
you
that
spend your spell slot.
last when I ain't got no more.
I think that one's only if it's like a Titanic one, where it's like
It's a
very, very
backlash.
strong ley line. So like, you might get something insane, but also you might lose all your spell slots. So like, one of the Titanic effects is treat your spell as if it were 2 slots higher.
Which is bonkers.
Bonkers.
Yeah, I don't love this dude being right here. And I'm gonna take the opportunity. That's
Fine
for now.
with them.
Wow. I'm gonna miss this.
That's fair.
Fuck away from this. I usually don't want to, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna go away. Like, can I get up on one of these things? Like, are these?
Yeah, you can get on top of it. This one's like a lot for an idea of reference. It's kind of like a large generator almost.
Is it working?
Yes.
Is it like on?
It is
they're
rumbling,
on.
and doing something inside, but it is both of those that you just pointed at are about 10 foot tall.
Can I make it up to this one?
Yeah.
Great. I missy step here.
I'll allow it.
Well, that was my bonus action, so I'm a fucking Eldritch Blast.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I think I'm gonna take care of this one. Oh yeah, I made this little luck token. Sorry. I think I'm gonna get this one that's right by. Oh no. How do I'm having issues. That's okay. Number 11 grafted. I would like to hit him.
Yes, I am number 11. That is my name.
No, I want to cast it. 18?
18 hits.
Great.
Ow.
Get wrecked. 14 damage.
Ooh.
And you get 2 beams, don't you?
I do. I'll do it, and I'll do it again. 19.
Hits.
10 damage, so it's 24 damage.
Damn.
Get wrecked.
Oh. As you are just blasting chunks of this armor off, Warden now stood before you as basically just like I can't remember which one it is, but like, you know, the Terminators when they don't have any skin on them and it's just the bare metal skeleton. But
That's
there's
gross.
just, like, half of the
It's
skull
a T100, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I couldn't remember which one it was. But so like it's almost like the skull is this jagged split down the middle, where it's half metal, half humanoid, and there are various bits of flesh that just seem to be kind of haphazardly in places instead of metal. And you can just see the exposed arcano-mechanical gears. It's probably so exposed at this point that Linger and Mura can literally see like the magic runes that give the machinery the power.
Yeah.
Hit the roof.
Giving you like a brief insight into how arcano mechanics work.
Not Mura.
And the kind
She
of
doesn't
spells
get it.
that- the kind of spells that people use to power these sorts of machinery.
Yeah.
That are hand waved as flavor spells. It's fine. Does that end Mura's turn?
It does.
Cool.
I feel like I'm in a zombie movie on top of this, and I'm gonna have to start kicking like fucking dudes off. Like,
Oh
Lord.
He is gonna roll a d4. We'll say odds is Mura, evens is Linger.
okay. Oh, wait, we're rolling it, or you're rolling it? Odds is Mura, evens is Linger, or was it the other way? Oh no! Oh, I'm
What's
so
happened?
sorry, Lindsay.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
No,
I kind of figured that was what was going to happen.
I'm so sorry, Lindsay. I should have stayed.
And he's
Or
gonna
shot
swing
him.
twice.
So he'd be easier to defend against.
I'm so stupid.
The highest was an 8.
All right, miss.
Woo!
As this sword comes swinging in towards Linger, it suddenly stops about a foot from your face. You're wondering how this has happened. You look down at the spellbook and Rip is holding a single hand up.
Hell yeah, he is. Good rep.
Love that, dude.
That's both of his attacks.
Now I have to figure
so
out-
He done. Linger.
All right, that completely changes my plan.
I
So,
thought that dude was 100% gonna come after me.
there's a squishy ass wizard back there.
It was a hard choice between the squishy wizard and the squishy sorcerer.
Well, the sorcerer was 10 feet up off of something. The choice is made much easier.
He was going to try and climb, and I was going to give Mura a chance to potentially kick him down.
Let's see. What do I want to do instead? But the tower is all full of constitutions. That's probably out.
Yeah, that's a reasonable assumption. He's
Yeah.
a big, beefy boy right now.
That's what I'm
Even
thinking.
before, that Dwergar was ripped.
Yeah. I'm just looking at all my spells and they're like, con. Hmm. I may need to diversify, guys.
No.
What about strength? Son of a bitch. I promise, I'll pick something.
You're fine.
While Lindsay's having a look.
We'll just go with we'll do inflict wounds again. Why not?
Hell yeah.
Use that one.
Classic.
Classic.
Is
Since
that
Rip has a hold of the sword,
Cool.
we're just
So is
gonna
that
pump
one
it through
for
that.
tower? Cool.
Yeah. Well, you know, she was gonna do something to the tower, but not now. We're gonna tip to do, but she's not gonna do shit here either. Actually, I'm gonna use another one of my inspirations.
Cool.
Use them, or don't. Where did it go?
Yeah, there's
Right
2
up to speed.
inspirations. I should remember that.
There we
Little
go.
better.
29 to hit.
Woo! Let's fucking go, baby!
80.
Now let's hope we
19
can
plus
roll the
8 plus
damage
2.
well. 22, and we're not gonna do necrotic. We're gonna use force to shake the innards.
Cool.
Just a pulse of energy from Rip goes down the sword or whatever weapon it is, and
Yeah,
Not
sword.
shake the innards.
shake the innards. A big cinematic bass note boom inside this guy.
Yeah, and there seems to again be no reaction, and then all of a sudden, just leaking from orifices in the armor.
Oh.
Who'd we
Oh.
lose? Oh, Lindsay.
There we go.
My internet today, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. It's just
It's
being
okay.
horrible.
But yes, there is, as you say, this big cinematic bass note, and then no reaction from this grafted, and he just starts leaking from the armor. He is barely standing. He kind of forces him down onto one knee. You see the knee kind of liquefies slightly underneath him. He is...
I have a question.
Not in a good way. I might have an answer.
All right. I don't remember. I'm sure it's in our homebrew rules somewhere. Is it a bonus action to drink a potion if it's on
Yes,
the bandolier?
it is indeed.
Okay. I have this potion that
If it's the
that
one I
Thinker
think it
made.
is, go for it. It's
I
the
don't-
filter of love, right? You're gonna fall in love with him.
Oh, he's gonna fall in love with me. Is the no? I was gonna use that one on the tower. No, where did
Oh!
yeah, and then face him towards Warden was the idea there.
Oh, my.
But no, we're gonna. The potion of spell quickening is what I want to drink.
Mm-hmm.
I love quickening spells.
Hell yeah. Cool, you chugged this potion. It is
All right.
like you have just chugged like a triple espresso. You feel everything inside you is just like vibrating. The midichlorians that carry magic through your body
That's
are
right.
moving faster.
But that's. And I don't know it's going to make any difference if she tries to run. But yeah, we'll just stay right there because I don't know. In a turn, and I will be right back.
Cool. Little linger, rip, grafted. It's time to attack Warden again.
Yay! Wait, no.
Ah,
that's
what?
a miss and a miss. As Warden is just dramatic anime sword fight, just deflecting these swords left, right, and center. Not even a single bead of sweat in effort. He is flowing like water.
I remember sweating.
I remember sweat.
You know what I remember? Initiative count 20 layer actions.
Yeah.
No.
As another cage
just-
drops from the rails next to Mura,
Heck.
What?
Grafted climbs out of the twisted metal.
Oh, he took my spot
That's
too.
too close.
Surely they're running up by now.
Surely there's not any more,
Who
right?
knows? What we do know is it's Warden's turn.
This dude looks
Alright.
like he's on a Minecraft cart, like.
Yeah, kinda. So you can see like
Welcome
the
back,
hanging
guys.
cages on the rails. If you zoom real close in, I'm showing it on the stream right now. You can see the cages hanging from the rails. It's really cool. I spent a lot of time trying to make them look not dumb.
They look great. I just
Good.
saw Lindsay's body clip in all of a sudden, like just the whole thing from the back, and I was like, that's amazing. It was just feet, and I was like, sent me for some reason.
But yes, Warden, you deflect these two grafted. They stagger back. It is your turn.
Alright. Welcome back, guys, to my Minecraft series. Today, I've created a grafted farm here for experience.
Never
And
getting sponsors again.
I'm going to attack the same grafted over here.
Mm-hmm.
My first attack, 27.
Woo!
Hits. Yeah, guys, so basically each one of these gives you 200 XP, so if you just leave them in front of you, they're real easy to hit, and they'll never be able to touch you. As, let's have a look. Yep,
It's a
Yep,
total
that'll
10.
do it. How do you want to dismantle this one?
Right,
I'll let you describe
Yeah,
how to take
with-
this one down.
Yeah, since that one's been disarmed, Warden will get into a bind with their weapon, and knowing that they have no counter for this, he'll simply reach in, push the arm out of the way, and swiftly behead the robot.
Parry this,
Cyborg.
casual.
I know you need an arm to deflect this. So bad.
Excellent. There's one graph
then-
down and one attack remaining.
Yeah, he will move on to the next one. For 26.
Witcher,
No.
spin, and slash.
I don't even think you needed my gift of luck. Honestly.
Don't say that.
Oh, wow, so many ones.
How about if I roll all ones for my bonus damage stuff?
I'm sorry. I can't fix that.
Dang it, Stephanie.
He's already prepared.
Spins and cuts him down.
Hmm.
He'd taken 2 Eldritch Blasts before this. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
not in a
little
good
bit.
way.
Oh, he's dead. Okay.
Oh fuck! I killed this one too.
Warden
I didn't
steps
even need
back
to do
up
that.
to take another swing and is like, oh,
Oh.
you dead, okay.
Oh, you're.
I thought you were stronger!
Nice.
All you
Well-
Invincible fans.
Everyone's got one covered, so I'm gonna go down to the big guy. You guys are good, right? You got this. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure,
Linger,
Linger,
Linger.
100%.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh man,
Is that Warden's turn?
that will be my turn. Yes.
You're actually approaching me. He's gonna swing at you.
I can't
Are
kick
you
your
gonna
ass
step
from over
up?
here.
You approaching me?
Oh, shit me.
Warden hits.
First one's a miss, the second one's a nat 20.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Mitchell.
So
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Mitchell.
Don't you full name me.
What's your
Okay.
middle name? We got these.
No.
Mitchell Practical Heroes. Last name.
Yeah, my last name's Practical Heroes.
Well, your middle name is Practical. Your last name is Heroes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mitchell, Practical Heroes. What are you doing?
Just give us your Hebrew name and we'll call you by.
No, because that's just gonna summon me into your rooms using my true name.
Okay.
I'm gonna call JY his Hebrew name when he comes home, and he's gonna get so mad.
So Warden, oh shit, yeah, because it's, oh shit, not good for Warden because of our crit rules. It's very not good for Warden.
No, we canceled those crit rules, remember?
No, I actually
I
don't
don't
think I
remember
got
the
that
crit
one.
rules.
I'm... Okay, well, I
Oh,
wrote
the
it
thing where
down.
She wrote it down, bitch.
I wrote it down, Mitch, also.
So Warden takes a combined total of 40 points of damage.
Oh my god.
Okay, so don't worry, guys. I got
potions, right?
Yeah, I'm going to I'm just gonna put this. I'm just gonna parry that a little bit. You know.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
There we go. Now it's only 30.
That's good.
you guys
Showed him.
watch as Warden brings the greatsword up to parry, and this massive hammer blow just drives him into the ground, sword in the way. You hear cracking of armor, you hear the cracking of bones underneath. But Warden is holding up. Just.
And now I'll be right back.
Oh no.
Okay.
That will not end the tower's turn. He's gonna take the attack of opportunity like a little bitch.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna burrow. And pop up over here.
Getting hit.
Get over there, Warden.
Did you just nat 20 him in return?
Right back. Yeah. Yeah. I believe I did, Mitch.
You don't have Sentinel or anything, do you?
No, I don't
Because that
believe
would
so.
stop him burrowing away.
God, I wish now.
God, yeah. I mean, yes, he has had it this whole time. I remember it.
It's actually not in his character sheet, so...
No, it is, though.
I should have had
Destroyed.
Polar Master this whole time. Alright.
Jesus Christ, but still,
31
a
to
31 to
hit.
hit is massive as well. But
Wait,
yes, so
wait.
it's
Right. Then
it's
roll
that
critical.
and then plus 12 for the extra 2d6.
I have a superior. Can I make a superiority attack with that? On top of that?
I believe the wording is when you attack
Yeah.
or when you hit. Like most of them just say when you attack or when you hit, right?
Yeah.
Which one are you trying to do?
Starming.
Yeah, that's when you hit
Oh,
with a
that's
weapon
just-
attack. So
Okay. Yeah, so he has to make a strength save of 13.
that's a 15 on the die.
That's fair. He still takes the bonus damage at least.
Yes.
Which is 7.
Which is rolled damage, so you get to add whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you
You start at 16,
Right.
and then
yes. So the disarming attack. What is the die for it?
It's a D8.
D8. So if you remember when we do crits, it'll be 8 plus 7 because you rolled the 7. So
Okay.
it's an extra,
Extra 14.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
No. 15.
7 plus 7?
7
Plus 8.
7.
Okay, yeah, that would be a 15. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We all got there.
Yes, he is, as they say on the Silent Isle, no bueno.
I missed your fucking crit! Oh my
Yeah, it was
That's
a
what he did.
mental crit with an attack of opportunity. It wasn't even his turn.
I nat 20
Yeah.
back.
Christ. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, he's
Thank
not
you,
even
Yakov.
bloodied. He is so far beyond half HP.
you are.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, showed him.
As he's
That
like,
was the tower, right?
you
Yeah.
are pathetic, starts burrowing through the ground, and Warden just stabs as he's leaving.
Whack-a-moles
Comes
him.
up. Ah! Ah!
If I am, why are you running?
Because
What
of
a
the
fucking
sword.
moment.
No, yeah, but what are you?
Um,
Let's see.
this is why I'm retreating.
I'm fucking scary, you man.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
This grafted is gonna try a little yump.
Oh,
He's been
I
waiting
like that.
patiently for his turn this entire time.
don't make it.
He yumps. I will say, Mura, give me an athletics check to see if you can just, like, stop him jumping up there.
Just like panic shove.
Yeah, like
Sure.
a little shove or a kick, whatever you want it to be. I'll let you have a little attempt at pushing
Oh
him
my
away.
god!
Wow.
18.
Well, he
Minus
just
one,
beat the
yeah.
DC to get up there, which was a 15. And 18 beats 16, so
Get off.
he jumps up there, and as he's like trying to get his balance, Mira's like, no, and shoves him
Get
back
away
down.
from me!
So
Wow.
he falls back down. He's going to be making his attacks at disadvantage then.
Good. Fall damage. It's 10 feet.
Oh yeah, let's give him a little d6.
I'm gonna ask.
And I'll give you
any little boon. Yeah.
Good job.
Fuck
Good job for reminding me that it technically triggers on 10 feet. He takes 4 points of damage.
off!
Yeah.
Thanks,
and
Lindsay. You're a fucking
You're welcome.
lifesaver.
we're at disadvantage.
Try.
Is a 12 to hit Mura.
That doesn't hit.
And the second one is a 7.
That doesn't hit either. Go away!
As he's just like trying to jump and stab at you. Cool. That ends his turn. Chester.
This guy, I assume, looking pretty beat up.
Let me double check, but I do believe so. Yes, he is bloodied. Yep, that hits.
Work, hits. And take this.
Woo.
Bless really do be coming in kind of clutch,
Yeah.
huh?
This is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, how do you want to kill him, Chester?
I think he gets the rapier into an exposed area until the head falls off, and he wasn't expecting that. It was almost sort of by accident. He just like hit the right little nut.
You just whip through a rapier, there's a nut that just slides down it, and you're like, I wonder what that's for, and the head rolls off.
And then he's gonna move up here.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, thank you.
I got you. I got you next time. I swear to God.
I was gonna Eldritch
I've got you in
Blast.
like 6 seconds. I've got your back.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he's in real rough shape, so hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that end?
And
Chester's
that'll be
turn?
me. Yes, because it is a. I don't know if I said it is a bonus action to initiate the sword thingy.
Stuff. Cool.
Cool. Mura.
Well, now I'm like, should I fucking hit this dude in front of Linger? Yeah, I think I should. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this one since I fucked up last time. The one in front of Linger.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 20.
That'll do it.
That's 10 damage.
Gee.
Is he alive?
Yeah, you blast a hole through his chest.
Hell yeah.
But is he alive?
No.
Okay.
He's mostly liquid at this point. You blast a hole through his chest, and the rest of him just comes pouring out from Linger's inflict wounds.
Gross.
No internal structure left after that inflict
Oh, jelly.
as he just slides out of the hole in the armor.
Okay, I'm gonna take my second beam at the one in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And that, children, is how plasmoids were born.
28.
Hits. Christ.
Get wrecked. 11 force damage.
11 force damage. Cool. Eldritch Blast 11. Excellent. Oh.
Yeah, I'm in.
You measuring spell distance, Lindsay?
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I just saw an arrow in the middle of the map.
Wow. It's almost like. Oh, I'm actually gonna use my last 2 sorcery points to do a quicken spell so I can cast solitary fireball.
Okay.
On the tower.
Little red bead. Just
Yeah. So basically,
it is a horrible single target fireball.
yeah.
Love it.
So he's got to make a deck save of 16.
Cool. He has
Or take half
advantage
damage.
throws against spells. Thanks, Dwergar resilience.
Excuse
I agree.
me. Sorry,
That is a grand total of 10, even with his advantage.
Ooh.
Cool. Get wrecked.
Yeah, the downsides to being big, beefy, and full of strength and constitution is that your dexterity is 11.
It's too many ones. That's 14 fire
Woo!
damage to him. So many ones. Not enough sixes.
Too many ones.
Too many ones.
Oh, God.
That could have been really bad.
He's not
Yeah.
in a good way.
That's fine.
He is at death's door right now. He is
Good.
knocking hard on that door.
Good. I'm trying to get him there for Warden. That's my
Pressing
turn.
on that ring doorbell, and Death is like, who dis?
Who dis?
Ring.
Sorry.
Um,
You ring doorbell for all your fucking idiots.
Linger.
Are you?
All right. First thing to do is hopefully a favor for this arm, but not on everybody, just on the tower, because she's going to try to yoink his hammer all the way over to her
I will say
magically.
you will need to take a step to the side. These.
All right.
Stop moving the map and let me click. The big batteries next to the cog are obscuring him slightly. There you go. That one is
Okay.
effectively giving him
There.
a little bit of
Now I
cover
can see
there.
him just
Yeah,
fine.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if you just sidestep, there's nothing in your way anymore, so you can do it
She
quite
leans.
easily.
She just leans
Yeah.
over. So a deck save DC 16, which hopefully he will do just as poorly on. We'll see.
Does still get the advantage. That's an 18 plus 0 for 18. Unfortunately.
Well, that's
That was an
sad.
18 and a
That's-
4, though, so if it had been disadvantage, you'd have wrecked him.
That's okay.
No!
I tried.
That's what I get
Let
for
me make
being
sure
mean. I
mark
dropped
that
one of
off.
my dice into my pile of dice, and they've all gone everywhere.
And then she drank that spell. You know what?
Yes.
We're just gonna use the spell from the Quicken to try it again.
Okay.
Why not?
That is allowed. So that's another
Fine.
dexterity saving throw, yeah?
Y'all.
This time, that is a 10 and a 7 for a grand total of 7.
All right.
As the hammer starts leaving his hand, he grips onto it a bit tighter and he... Nice try, and then it just vanishes.
Yeah, it's so the cyan blue of her magic like races through all the little grates or the trails in the metal up
Oh,
to
yeah.
him, and then it just like yoinks it and zips all the way across the room, and it's within 5 feet of her, so it's gonna go all the way to the door right here, right at the edge, and just plop down tidily, just like boop.
So neat. Just propped up
Yep.
against the wall.
And that's her
Is that your
turn. I feel like that's enough. I feel like.
Cool. He's going to use a layer action on initiative count 20 to cry.
Okay.
And then it's Warden's turn. Because you are correct, he
Alright.
is out of grafted.
I knew it.
Yes.
Uh,
Weirdly enough, it's enough that there was 2 enemies per, like, big person that was going to get in the way. And then everyone spread out anyway.
yeah. So getting past this machinery,
So this is like a large structure holding up the rail, so you can basically walk around it. You can pass underneath it.
okay. So I can just get up over here?
Yep.
Alright.
You do, however, have to step over that rail a little bit. Just like a little. Ooh, there we go.
Yeah, he trips.
Don't
All
trip
right.
the rail, buddy.
Oopsie.
All right, and I'm going to use second wind to heal.
Cool.
Get back 10 hit points.
And as well, I mean, you didn't really get to see what had happened from that attack of opportunity because he was mid-burrow. As you come up to him now, he is a mess. He was trying his best to hold onto that hammer, but a few of the fingers look broken, the shoulder looks a bit dislocated from kind of slamming into the floor as you attacked him. He is bleeding from several wounds. He is struggling to catch his breath. What would you like to do?
Murder him.
Warden just dramatically comes out, like past all this piping and wiring and stuff, and through like probably just some random smoke that's billowing
Yeah, I
out
was
of one
gonna
of them. Can I just Darth Vader approach him?
Mm-hmm.
Like in episode 5, like coming up to Luke in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I like my flavor, so we are. Yeah, I will strike him again with hope.
Okay, roll to hit.
It's a 16.
16 misses.
You have the gift of luck. Unless you've used all of your advantage.
Well,
He hasn't used any of them, I don't think.
He
I used one.
Oh, you used one. If you want to use one again, we can take that 21 as the reroll.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Because the 21 will hit.
Nice.
21.
Yeah, the first one's clearly a feint, so
Mhm.
it's a total of 13 damage, and I'm also going to hit him with.
Tell you what, why not save your
Hmm.
resources? Because, would you like to describe your kill? He had
Wow.
7 HP left.
I was thinking like maybe like 20 more left. Okay, let's go. Yeah. All right. So, completing the scene then. Warden's heavy foot beats just come through. Like he walks through like a pillar of just loose steam coming from one of the contraptions, and he raises his blade to cut down into the tower. And as I'm sure he probably tries to weakly
Raises a
go
hand.
up to block. Yeah. Warden will actually dip the blade down and thrust into his chest and buries his sword deep within the tower.
There is a
Before...
moment... Sorry?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, and he'll also like step into the attack and get really close up into the tower.
Oh.
Oh, we lost Lindsay. Oh, there she is.
I don't know. Sorry. Keep going.
You step in.
You have taken far more than you are worth.
There is
Any-
a moment as the sword goes in, there's no reaction. You give him the line and there's just a blood pouring out of his mouth. Looks up at you.
So, does he say nothing?
At the moment, yes.
Hmm.
He is struggling to hold on to the last vestiges of life. Is there anything else you wanted to do or say?
Warden... No. Warden will quickly pull the blade out,
Mhm.
and it will, in a smooth motion, the blade will come out, come across his neck, and with a quick sort of spin with his feet, he will decapitate the tower.
Excellent. As the blade kind of lands on his shoulder, he has just enough time as you are starting to turn to whisper out, "The rest are coming for you. They know."
They will not be enough.
As the head hits the floor. And the tower is defeated.
Fallen.
And with that,
Drop his ass in the lava.
Wait. Save that head. We can ask you questions.
True.
Oh,
No, wait, I had to really. Wait,
Yeah.
never mind. I had a really bad experience keeping a head last time.
Oh
Another
god,
game.
that was in Max's game. We didn't. First of all, no, you and I didn't keep the head. It was just. You know what?
Yep.
we
It's
can
a story for a break.
decide what we're doing with the tower during our break, which we are going to take right now, because this is a perfect time to wind down, take a pause, and think what we want to do next. We will see you all here shortly. Let's keep Warden's theme rolling throughout the break. We will see you back here in 10 minutes. I'll leave Warden's theme running for a bit, and then when I come back, I'll switch to a different song, because otherwise it's just going to be 10 minutes of Warden's theme.
Yeah, and you don't want to cry for 10 straight minutes.
We will see
It's
you
an
back
hour of
here
work.
shortly. 10 hours of Warden.
Occasionally. Occasionally.
Yeah,
Unnecessary.
unnecessary.
Speaking of unnecessary things, we're back.
What a great gift
Right.
that is that you shared, Patrick.
How's everyone doing? I had a good break. Did
Great.
you have a good break? My boss fight got walked over.
Happens.
It does happen a lot. Yes, there is one grafted still remaining, and we can just hand wave the killing of them if you would like.
I think Linger should do it.
All right, Linger's gonna have him hauled behind something and slowly dismantle him while you guys talk. Don't worry about it.
Drags him away. There's screams. No one knows what's happening. Rip just comes out, dusting his
Yeah.
hands.
Is that Linger laughing? I've never heard her laugh like that before.
Why all my hair standing on end?
Someone just hear lightning? Thunder?
Crazy. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go check out my dog really quick, but
Okay.
I'm still listening.
Speaking
Yeah,
of dogs,
you can also hear the scratch of her quill on paper as it writes, copying down some of the runes and stuff.
I am glad I'm a slow reader.
Speaking of dogs, the tower lies dead before you.
You do.
Hey,
What would you guys like to do? There is, of course, the staircase up. Ilias had shouted about a basement. There is the possible floating disc. There is the experiment on the crystal in the corner. And the forge. There's a big forge with lava.
Does anyone want to carry this head? I mean, you
I
could flip
don't
through
mind
it.
to carry it. It doesn't bother me.
All right, you know, he's gonna prestidigitate some of the blood. You know, get a little cleaner, and he's gonna mage hand it on a pedestal before you. Here you are.
Yeah. Yeah, Linger will just grab it by a couple of the dreads and use that to tie it to her belt. And then she's going to go over to the crystal and that whole mess. But you can circle back to me. First Warden.
I also remembered that your mage hand is invisible, so the head was just floating across the room.
Ooh, scary.
Also, while Warden's
back.
having his moment. Oh, sorry.
I'm a demi-lich. I forgot to tell you all. Ooh.
I just use my trauma like that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man.
Weaponized. Mira's gonna like slide down this battery thing very awkwardly, and he's like, "That's it. That's all I'm doing."
I guess before anything else, loot the body.
Okay,
Loot
there is
that
no
body!
warhammer. The hammer is over at the door. But apart from that, there are 5 of these small, they're kind of like palm-sized capsules that are on his belt. And there is like, almost like an indent for where your thumb would be to like press in.
Is this a Dragon Ball reference?
Actually, no. But you can press if you would like.
That might get Elias back.
It's not as dramatic as I am making it out to be.
Okay. Yeah. Warden will press.
It's
On the-
volcano mechanical collapsing javelin. You press the button, it extends out into a javelin.
Oh,
Press it
that's
again,
cool.
and it collapses back to a capsule.
Neat.
There is also a ring of big heavy keys that were just kind of like tucked into the inside of the armor, kind of wedged in a little bit so they wouldn't just be jangling around, because unfortunately he doesn't have spurs that jingle jangle. It does seem like a lot of the stuff that would be on him probably isn't, mostly because he's currently in his base of operations, so the need to carry everything he has isn't really there. There is one superior healing potion, however, that is nestled away inside the folds of the armor somehow.
Yoink.
It just is. Don't question it. I said it before I thought about the logistics. The armor itself looks like it could possibly fetch quite a nice price if you wanted to strip all of that off of him. It is this interesting kind of flexible, to a certain extent, plate mail. So it seems to be designed to be able to grow and shrink with him. But beyond that, it doesn't seem to have any sort of enchantments or any extra effects to it.
Do I move items in my... container?
Press
Yes,
the little
okay.
drop down. If
I
you want to put
figured
it in a
out.
container, press the drop down arrow in.
Yeah, I wanted to add to my
There's a little
alchemist
drop
potion
down arrow.
belts. Did it go in there?
We will keep the tower on screen and that's it. We'll get rid of everyone else. There we go.
I don't see it in my potion belt.
Let's have a look at your sheet. Equipment. If you press the plus button on your alchemist potion belt, I can see it. One potion.
I was about to say, do you need healing? But I'm not that kind of.
Oh wait, I have 2 alchemist potion belts.
Oh.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Who knows?
I got mine.
Do you need potion?
No, I looted
you
a
have
potion
one
off of...
that seems to be configured properly with the 2 circles for tracking potions on it, and one that does not seem to be configured properly and has the storm giant strength and the speed juice.
The speed juice, yeah. Yeah, fix that in a minute.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, so is there like any obvious like lever or anything? Like what was he doing to move the carts
rails?
around? Yeah.
There doesn't seem to be. Whenever he was moving stuff, it seemed to be either mentally or every time he tapped his hammer on the ground.
Alright. Warden will pick up the hammer.
Okay.
And he'll tap it on the ground.
You tap it on the ground and the tower collapses.
Ah.
You tap the warhammer. What is your intention?
I want to will my brother back up to this level.
The track that he was meat hooked onto starts to whir and move, and you see as he comes down along the rail, he's struggling against the meat hooks. For a moment, you see he's fighting almost like he thinks he's ready to start shouting abuse at the tower again, and he sees the body on the floor, sees you stood there holding the hammer. His eyes widen. Well fought, brother.
Well fought. And he will never had to take anyone off of meat hooks before.
Here, you want a hand there? I got long arms. I can help.
I do this all the time.
Never.
Would appreciate the help, yes. So yeah.
Downies.
Can we take him down?
Yeah, you can take him off. It's fairly easy. It is still quite a large torso. It has been kind of stretched out and built out by Arcano Mechanics. He seems to be very well functioning and very well intact. You can kind of feel, as you're moving the torso, you can feel a heartbeat in the chest. And there is like a slight warmth kind of around that area, but the rest is a very similar body temperature to Warden. As you kind of help him down, you can see he just and starts kind of cracking his neck, and you see the holes where the hooks went through start to slowly close up. And he... the assembly room is upstairs. I would quite like to be able to walk on my own again. And gives like a dry, dark humor chuckle.
Fair.
All right, just hang out on my back, and we can. I think we can get you sorted.
He just kind of slings the one arm around you. The other arm is just gone.
Oh, hold on, I have a gift for this.
But it's long enough that he can kind of put his armpit on your shoulder and kind of grab hold of your hip. Kind of like across your body like a bandolier.
It's like 3PO on the back of Chewbacca.
Yeah. But I think 3PO is backwards, he is facing forwards.
Yeah.
And he
Where's-
looks at you, Warden.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, you were about to say?
Yeah, he just orders mother.
That is a very good question. I designed this long ago.
You said she was in the basement.
Yeah.
He jerks his head towards the staircase, Warden, and there is a trapdoor here.
Okay.
A large metal trapdoor that is partially obscured by one of the pipes that's carrying something up to a higher level.
The chapter that goes up to a higher level, or?
No, the pipes do, sorry. The trapdoor goes down.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. I was a little fixated on the trapdoor, so.
Yeah. You head over, and it's one of those where it's kind of like a smooth, flat surface. There is a keyhole in the surface of it, and then it looks like you can kind of reach down and lift a portion of it up as the handle to then lift the trapdoor.
Okay.
And to save us all the effort and bother, I'm not going to make you try all the keys. One of the keys on the ring, yes, does fit the trapdoor. I'm not going to be that DM that breaks the moment by being like, try and find the right key. I
You're
do it
using a
sometimes
master
when
lock.
It's funny. This is not that moment.
You are using a master lock 7240. It could be opened with a great sword.
Bonk!
But yeah, this is more kind of like a door with like an actual just hole in it where the keyhole is. There's not like a padlock or anything. You can just put the key in, turn, and lift that handle up. And there is a metal staircase that descends down about 15 feet. Presumably you head down?
Yes.
Is anyone
I
else
will
going with?
follow. Yeah, I'm right behind Elias.
Yep, absolutely.
On back.
Cool. So Mira's going with as well, yeah?
Yep, of course.
Linga staying up top, or
Yeah, she's looking at the contraption, but she'll send little Linger with Mira.
cool. We will jump back to Linga momentarily.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry. I'm listening. Story time.
So
I'm here to cry.
you head downstairs, Warden, and this is almost like it's a hollowed out cave, as opposed to the rest of this structure, which is very much man-made to perfection. There are like supporting beams and some walls in place, and as you are kind of walking down, your footsteps on this metal staircase are echoing. Immediately to your right, there is a long stone wall with all of these small alcoves in them. Each alcove seems to have a single perfectly formed crystal. They are all exactly the same size and shape. They are all varying colors, and they seem to have small kind of bronze plaques just underneath the opening for the alcove. You can see where it kind of stretches out a bit further and into the distance. It is dark in here. The light is spilling through from above, and there is a slight glow from the crystals, but beyond that, if you were to delve further into here, you would probably need some sort of light source if you didn't have dark vision, which I don't believe Warden does.
I cast light on his sword.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
It
I know you can't
immediately-
see.
illuminates the area, and you can see a lot better now. And it is very clearly like these little bronze plaques under each alcove. There are hundreds of these small alcoves with the crystals in them. Each crystal, now that you can see a little bit better as well, has kind of like a small metal plate attached to the bottom of it, like the crystal is set into it. And as the light starts to illuminate more of the cave, you can see cages. And they stretch back another 20, 30 feet.
Yeah, he'll approach. Yeah, he'll approach and kind of like hold the light up to the cage and inspect
so
each
the first
one.
Yeah, the first one you reach has a number of very scared, very hurt-looking animals that kind of cower away from the light. And as you continue down, there are, for the most part, unconscious. They look to be a lot of the townsfolk of Bellica. And as you continue down and you reach one of the final cages along the wall, you can see chained to the back wall. So it's almost like this cage is coming out of the wall. There's kind of 3 sides to this cube, and the 4th side would be the stone wall. And manacled to the wall is Warden's mother.
Warden will approach slowly. Does she appear to be conscious?
You can see breathing. Her head is kind of hanging down a bit. The hair's hanging over her face. She looks malnourished, disheveled. The clothes are basically rags. You can see scraps of moldy bread and rotten food on the floor in front of her and kind of littered around this cage. There is kind of a small pile of straw that maybe serves as a bed and a bucket in the other corner.
Yeah, Warden will open the cell and kind of approach slowly. Does she react at all, or?
There is a slight stirring and the head kind of starts to lift as she hears the door open. But it's almost like she's lifted her head, but she doesn't really have the strength to kind of move the hair out of her face. She's kind of straining to look out from under it.
Yeah. Chester's going to throw a healing word just to hopefully get her from really bad to slightly less bad.
There is a definite sigh of relief as you see it kind of wash over her.
Yeah. Warden will Warden will throw the hood back, and he'll pull his helmet off and kind of just leave it on the ground. So he'll approach and kneel next to her.
Okay. As the healing word kind of takes effect, you see a lot of the strength starts to return to her body, enough that she can lift her head up. She's squinting a lot against the light. You see her eyes kind of struggling to focus, and she... Philakis?
Yes.
He told me
This
you
is
were
I.
dead.
I was for a while. And he'll... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say she just kind of squints over your
He'll-
shoulder as well towards Ilias.
Yeah. He'll get up and try to unlock her manacles.
Yeah, definitely one of the keys on the ring would unlock the chains. She kind of drops and
Yeah, he'll catch her.
lower her down. you kind of like hear the creaking of her shoulders. She's clearly been chained up for a very long time. And she kind of pulls herself into you. And she... I knew it wasn't you. It couldn't have been you.
I knew now. Let's get you out of here. And he'll just kind of like carry her out. Were there any other prisoners down here?
Yeah, there's about 20 or 30 unconscious townsfolk.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's right. Right.
Why don't you give me the keys there, and I'll start unlocking these folk. Oh, by the way, pleasure to meet you, ma'am. My name's Chester Fields. I'm a big fan of your son. You raised a hell of a boy.
She smiles weakly at you.
Mira just like pops out behind you, like Mira.
These are my companions.
She just kind of slowly puts her arms around Warden's neck for some more support as he's carrying her. And she... I'm sorry. They used me to get to your brother.
They used me to destroy our city.
And Ilias, as you are starting to make your way out, calls over from where Chester is, and he... Warden!
He'll stop and turn back around.
The crystals. And
What
he
about
jerks
them?
his head towards the alcoves.
He'll look at one of the crystals.
Mm-hmm. There is a name on the plaque. And as you kind of scan along the alcoves, each alcove, each plaque, each crystal has a name.
Warden will go up and slowly read one of the names.
Can you roll me a d20 as you're just looking along this alcove?
That's 2.
Cool.
Give an inspiration.
Probably.
Yeah, you got 2 luck left.
Or gift of luck, yeah.
You do. Yeah, you do have.
8.
Do you have an inspiration?
You got 1 luck left.
You got 1 luck left.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, might as well use it, right? It'll last forever.
2.
Perfect.
Okay. Inspiration.
Got an
Not meant to be.
9.
Wow.
Inspiration.
It reminds me of when I
I got
did
one more
that.
inspiration. Got
Do
one more
it.
inspiration.
Do it. I mean, might as well. This is like Baldur's Gate where you just.
There it is.
Hey!
Finally.
That was a roller coaster.
Just brute force it. I did not like passing these last time.
Yeah. So, you are making your way along the alcoves. The static that has been in the back of your head that you've mostly tuned out by now. You take notice of it because it's now the feeling of the absence of this static. Like it's starting to fade away the minute you took the tower's head off. You are making your way along these alcoves. You are recognizing every single one of these names as you pass. You see one for Ilias, and as you continue down further, right at the end, the very first alcove is labeled Philacus. And you remember when you were strapped down to the table, something being connected to your head and attached to a machine which had very similar looking crystals attached to it. And as you kind of look closer at the crystal, this metal base that they are attached to, it seems like it could be connected to something. Oh, I think we've lost Lindsay again. Almost like it could connect to either a machine or potentially even part of your body. But you know you personally haven't seen any kind of holes or spots for it.
See, the issue is that this is a USB-C port. Alright, can I roll any kind of like investigation or anything else?
Yeah,
Can I help?
go for it. You can roll an investigation check.
Alright.
I can help. Can I help? Can I help?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes,
Mira's
Mary, you can
helping.
help.
I give guidance.
Mira's ridden on Warden's back enough.
I give you guidance too. I gave you guidance. And I helped you. So
And you know what? I believe in you, Warden. You can do this. There's a bardic inspiration too.
just pile
Yeah,
it.
Is-
plus a
you
plus a D4.
I am glad I am.
Plus a D8.
Oh, D8 now.
Oh, 6.
A D8
wait,
and
let
a
me check.
D4.
I forgot.
That's a D. Oh yeah, D.
D4 for
and a
guidance?
D4.
Where is that?
So I rolled two. I rolled two of them.
I don't know what
3.
happened.
Features.
Okay, so it's 3.
3 plus 10. 10.
What level are we in? What level am I in this class? 5. It is a D8.
Oh, it is a D8. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for what?
For Bardic.
Bardic inspiration.
Do I roll a D8 then,
Yes.
along with everything else?
Perfect.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What's the grand total?
7 through 11.
11.
Hey, you got another double digit.
We got there.
It's fine. It's not a particularly
Warden suckered
hard
out.
DC.
Warden's
Warden-
tired.
You run a hand across your body, and you feel kind of towards the base of your skull, kind of where your neck joins with your head. There is like a small indent there, and it feels like you could potentially place the metal base of this crystal against that indent.
Hmm.
As Mura confirms, they are roughly the same size. That was Mura's helping with the advantage.
Your head's the same size as this indent.
Oh man. All right, shoot. I'm going to jack in through my new report.
Are you plugging the crystal in?
Yeah. Let's plug that in.
Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ugh.
Cool.
Soft 20.
You are almost forced down to one knee by the sudden surge through your body as every single one of your memories starts coming back to you in a rushed jumble. This barrier that you've been trying to push through vanishes. You can feel those memories that you were trying to recall suddenly are rushing back. You feel from this crystal almost like some of your memories were actively taken from you, and others were taken, changed, and put back with some sort of magic. And this crystal is potentially what was storing everything that was taken from you and is now being returned. You see flashes of what led you to go to the tower in the first place. The attacks on Bellica that led you to seek out help. And you remember the bargain you made with the tower. You remember why. You remember the pain of being turned into what you are now. And you remember training, feeling stronger, and feeling ready to return to Bellica. And when you did, you were welcomed back as a hero ready to defend the city. And what arrived at the gates when that army arrived was a copy of you, for lack of a better word. Another grafted humanoid made to look and act and talk exactly like you did, and they were leading the army, and you led the defense against them. But unfortunately, they were able to overpower you and the defenses, and they laid waste to Bellica. The Warden, or the Phylacus, that has been branded the destroyer of Bellica was a copy, and you had all memories of this removed.
You see.
What do you see?
Warden will kind of relay that to the others.
Oh,
So,
memory crystals. Wow.
so it wasn't me after all.
I wonder if this copy of you is still out there.
Mitch, is there anything about the copy still being out there?
Sorry?
Is there anything I can recall about what happened to the copy?
No. But knowing what you know about the tower and with all of these memories back, you wager, and based off what you remember about the reports that followed as you were fleeing the Silent Isle, all likelihood is he made the copy, used it to sack Bellica, and then destroyed the copy and reported that he and his constructs came to save the day, defeated the traitor, and saved the town.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were to put these other crystals in that little slot there, you'd get all their memories too? You'd be like Data from Star Trek. You know him?
I believe that they should probably go back to their owners.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Chester tries to put one on just on his pocket, but yeah.
Oh, well. Okay. Yeah. Well, Warden will pick his mama back up and try to get her out of the tower.
Okay. So you're carrying her out of the tower.
Mm.
Cool.
Why don't I take Elias, if you don't mind? Why don't we go up a floor and we'll get you some legs?
That would be very good, thank you.
All right.
And as this has all been happening, Linger.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You head
While
over.
they're doing that, hmm while she's looking at it, she's also thinking about the implications of having taken down this tower and Bellica and how that's going to affect their economy, their social structures, their defense, their government. Who knows what taking down this tower will do to this small little township city thing. But also she doesn't care. So
Just think myself because that fucking it took me a second to get that, but that fucking sent me I'm all the way. I have ascended. I'm so interested to see how this will affect everything. Not that I really care, but I'm interested to see the impact. That's the vibe.
The difference between screwing around in science is writing it down.
I've never heard that. Oh my god, that's so funny.
I love it.
Mythbusters.
So while she mulls over that, then dismisses it. She goes over to look at the modified arcane cannon thingy to see if she can power it down safely.
There are buttons and levers all over it. But I will say, with Linger's intelligence being what it is quite simple to find which one it is that very much seems to be the on and off switch. And you just kind of flip the little switch and it starts to power down.
Okay.
As it does,
So
this throbbing energy starts to fade from the crystal.
what was modified about it? Was it
Arcana check?
Yeah. I'll do that. I'll scroll up to where it's at. 26.
Meanwhile, on the outskirts of town, these bullywugs are like, yeah, we're gonna go in and we're gonna fuck everything up. Just
I know, I keep thinking about them.
Yeah,
Waiting for
I
the
got him in the
signal,
back of the
guys.
head.
I mean, we've got their crystal now, so like
Yeah.
maybe you can just tell them to meet us for a pickup.
Yeah,
But yeah, so 26.
I just didn't want them coming to the gate because I figured that would probably not be good.
Yeah.
Right.
With a
Leave it.
26.
The
this
beacon is lit. The bullywugs come for aid.
Yeah,
very clearly was at some point like a small ether cannon that could be like mounted on a building for defenses. It looks like it's been modified. You're not entirely sure of the magic that it is using, but the way as you see there's parts of the casing that can be kind of popped open to see what's inside and have a look at the internal workings. And kind of across some of the gears, it's like as the gears spin, they form the way the sigils are drawn across the gears, it's like the sigil is constantly changing and the gears keep reforming new sigils if they were spinning. And
He writes that down.
It's kind of forming one at the moment. And the one that it is forming gives you enough of a view that you are able to immediately kind of pick up on familiar patterns drawn in the magic. Similarly to the man that was inside this tower, this very much seems to have been drawn on or etched in by someone who has very likely been taught by whoever taught you. There is a lot of similarities in the way that you draw your sigils and your runes. Whatever this is, it seems to be able to funnel the power of the ley lines and transform it somehow, and then focus it at the crystal. It doesn't seem like it's anything that would potentially have any practical uses for kind of spell casting as a whole, or anything that could be used in kind of combat or outside of combat, but for this specific purpose, and I will say with your 26 and with the other similar, it's almost like it is drawing in the ley lines and trying to force and focus them through this crystal. You would have heard about places in the world where the barrier between the planes is thinner, and various ways that people try to use this thin point or try to use various items, objects, or occult things to try and use them to breach this barrier. That is, of course, the highest heresy, and Linger knows nothing and has never read any books about that sort of stuff.
Never.
There is, next to it as well, this kind of large corner stone table with a large basin, and there are notes, scrolls, pieces of parchment strewn across it.
Those all get put in her bag.
But you very much get the vibe from this crystal, from the way the Bullywugs were talking. This contraption is potentially being used to breach the barrier.
interesting.
Nice.
I will give that all to you because you rolled a 20-fucking-6.
Yeah. So obviously this crystal has been filling up for a while now. Probably needs to be decharged before returning to the Bullywugs.
Or you can use it.
I mean, she's going to try to take it in, obviously. That's where the power's meant. And if that doesn't work, then she'll wait for Mira to see if maybe we can put it back in the ley line. But first we're going to try to privately power up. That's...
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see how that goes.
Give me another arcana.
Can I just say, as Chester's walking from this floor to the next floor, he sees Linger in the corner go, "You got it over there. I believe in you." And give her a bardic inspiration as he's
Hell
walking.
yeah!
He knows she's doing something and he knows he doesn't want to be anywhere near it, but he believes in her.
All right, so 23 plus a D8.
Yeah. If you want to use it, yeah.
25.
25 is just enough.
Hell yeah.
How is Linger trying to drain power from this? Last time
I
it
think
was
she's
Rip touching it and drawing through Rip.
Yeah, but this one's got a different feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And also sometimes Rip does weird stuff when magic is involved with him, and it's usually more on the negative plane of things. So she's gonna place her hands on it this time.
Okay.
Just your fingertips. We're not gonna palm it just yet. If it no reason to burn your whole hand, if you might.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please, and I will give you advantage because you passed the Arcana check.
All right, how do I make it give me advantage?
Roll and then after
something I click.
Press advantage or disadvantage.
Oh, that's right. Advantage. Okay, at 12.
Cool. Just bear with me one moment as I load.
Or I could use an inspiration. I don't want to use an inspiration. Let's just go with it.
Should have had loaded already, but I did not because I'm stupid. Where's my note? There we go. It was in here somewhere. Yes, so, Linger, as you touch this crystal, there is a brief moment before you start drawing the power from it where you feel, if there even is any in Linger, your breath leaves your body momentarily. Every muscle seizes up. You almost for a second can't take your fingertips off the crystal. All you can do right now is stand there with your hands on this crystal. It feels like an eternity, but also a brief second. You feel your feet leave the ground as you're pulled into this crystal almost. You see these impossible flashes. You see a landscape that is desert, but the sand itself is fire. The entire desert is on fire. The air is on fire. You see this deep, endless ocean with unfathomable depths. You see a cave that looks very reminiscent of the tower you're in right now, but almost as if the tower had kind of collapsed in on itself and caused this enormous cratered cave. And the walls are oozing blood. It's twisted, it's darker. And you see this endless sea of stars. You see large creatures drifting lazily. And then you're pulled back into your body. And then you start drawing magic from this crystal. You can feel power surging into you. I will put something together and add it to you.
Okay.
That is going to be interesting. But you can feel just raw magical energy being pulled into your body.
That was good.
Yeah. So when she comes back into herself, she takes a deep and just even if she doesn't require it, it's just the reaction of snapping back. It's just still built into her physiology to want that. Down in the basement with the mom and the Mira and the warden, little Linger just like fizzes out like a little firework, just because little Linger also gets snapped back as she's part of Big Linger's soul. So back in there. And there's a mad smile on Linger's face, and maybe she's feeling a bit more confident about heading back to the floating citadel now. She has a checklist she's ready to start working on.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, we will then cut briefly upstairs because guess what, guys?
Yeah.
I had this one prepped.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Chester,
map!
as you head up this spiral staircase, you feel Ilias kind of tenses up against your back. As you reach the top of it, you can see where the pipe comes up through the floor below, and it stretches all the way across the room underneath these large stone slabs which have glowing runes across them. As Ilias tenses, you can see along the wall next to you there are various almost torture implements, instruments of surgery, torture, dismemberment, and as Ilias tenses, you hear him mutter, "The assembly room." Every single one of these stone slabs in between them has a small drain, and there is a hole in the back corner of the room that, judging from the scrapes along the side of it and kind of the way it is, it almost seems to be like a body disposal hole where someone can just be dropped through into the level below.
I think Chester's going to try to put him at ease a little bit. Hey, tut tut, my new friend. We're going to get you some legs, and you should know that I am the nephew of the famous contraptionaire. So, while I do not necessarily have the skills to pay the bills, I've got skills that will have a loan with a fine interest rate, and we will get you some legs here in a moment.
Welcome to Build a Brother Workshop.
Now, what are we thinking? We thinking something with treads, perhaps? Do they have hover legs here? That would be pretty cool.
Just normal legs will be okay.
Oh, well, we're not going to do that, clearly. What, all right, he's going to peruse the legs.
He jerks his head towards one of the slabs and place me down on one of those.
All right, here you are.
And the rune kind of underneath it starts to glow. You see, like, his body is almost forced down against the slab, like it's suddenly stuck to it. I will say, Chester, Mr. Fields, can you give me I'll say an Arcana or a medicine check.
I suppose medicine is slightly better.
Unfortunately, you can't use
9.
deception on this one.
Yeah. You know what? I have 3 gift of luck. I haven't used any of mine, so I will use one here. 12.
I'll say with your background, it's enough. So, kind of walking along, you can see this is almost entirely arcano-mechanically operated, with the exception of very clearly sometimes the tower liked to get his hands dirty and do some of the dismembering himself. But it certainly looks like there are kind of levers and buttons that you can press along this wall that would be able to select and attach the remaining parts of Ilias's body back to him.
All right, are you ready?
Choose not to when you leave.
Okay, it's too much effort.
I am ready.
Give him
yes.
little legs and big arms.
Yeah. Oh my god, so mean.
Give him arms for legs. Because
Legs for
he'll
arms.
Give him an extra butt.
No, please, anything but that. Warden will laugh at me.
I will. Now that you know.
But yes, it is simple enough, Chester, if you so choose, to activate the machinery and have Ilias's body repaired.
Yeah, he's gonna try to find just a piece of leather and say, "Oh, okay, bite down on this because I have a feeling like this is gonna wait."
Yes, and he does. And there is a lot of muffled grunting as various pieces of arcano-mechanical prosthetics are very violently screwed and drilled into his body. But after a few moments, it stops. The rune starts to fade, and he sits up, spits out the leather onto the floor, and kind of nods appreciatively at you.
Hey, we did it.
Yes.
Let's try these babies out, and then he's gonna go in and try to get a little dance with them. He's gonna hold his hands up in the dancing.
He joins in.
All right.
It has been a long time since I've done something like this, but that bastard losing his head goes for some celebration.
Hey, if you're gonna dance on a day when you a person who caused you much pain, why not, right?
And he kind of chuckles. There are other floors to this tower. I've not seen the majority of them myself, but I do know one of these is responsible for moving the tower.
Ooh, one of them I bet is like his office where all his goodies are too.
Probably.
All right, maybe we go downstairs, check on your moms, get everyone else, make sure Linga hasn't destroyed the world, and take it from there.
Yes.
House
I will
moving
take the
tower.
disc. I
Hold
maintain.
up. Could we just keep the tower? Is that an option?
You can if
We
you want to,
just-
yes.
I think we should keep the tower.
Bro, this place
Clean
is
it up.
haunted as hell. No way.
Warden doesn't want
That's
it.
fine. We'll
Yeah,
clean
but
it up.
they'll be on
and if
our
it,
side. Ghost on our side. It's haunted,
Yeah.
but good ghosts. Casper, like.
we'll
There,
put new paint, get some new drapes. Linger can
There is-
handle the ghost. It's fine.
a reason.
Get rid of all the
one my
murder
shadow
implements.
thoughts Was let's add in a floor with a bunch of levers for moving the tower around. And it's so that if you guys want to, you can have it.
I think we should take the tower. Just saying.
Yeah.
But there
clean
are
it out,
plenty of
it'll be
floors to
fine.
explore another time. As the floating disc reaches this level, Ilias steps onto it. Disc or stairs, he says to Chester.
Yeah, I'm a disc man myself.
He kind of shuffles over to give you a bit of space, and you guys drift down just in time to see Linga slowly retreating her hands from the crystal. So, Warden, you had gone outside, yes?
Yes.
Excellent. What's Mura doing?
I'm just
Still with
following
Warden?
everybody. Yeah,
Or-
I'm just following Warden.
Cool. So you guys head outside. You feel your mother flinch as you kind of step outside. The air, the fresh air and the natural sunlight is clearly something she's very much not used to and has not been used to for quite some time. But she relaxes almost immediately and kind of turns her head to look and stretches an arm up and a hand towards the sun. As Ilias ducks out through the doorway with his big Adam Smasher body with Chester in tow. And she kind of looks back at you. I knew you would come to save me, and I knew you were not dead. A mother knows these things, and she just kind of pats you on the cheek.
Oh, sweet.
His
It's true though.
His metallic jaw kind of like dings a little bit.
Oh, baby.
Ting ting. Yeah.
She looks across Bellica and, what has that craven bastard done to our town?
He's done it to his own. I've lost the word. He's used it for his own experiments.
Well, it's a good thing we can trust the captain of the guards, am I right? What a lovely Dwergar fellow he is.
Right?
Such a sweet man.
She just kind of looks out, hopefully, and Bellica has always been able to sustain itself. Give it some time, we will get back to how we were.
Do you need more healing? Are you like?
It's sort of one of those weird things where I'm technically at full HP, but like I've been tortured for a very long time and I'm malnourished.
Yeah,
so,
I
like,
get that.
It's
You have
not
like points of
great,
exhaustion.
healing
You're
doesn't
tired.
help, but not like help, you know?
In that way. Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. Been there, done that.
Says a woman who's never been there or done that.
Yeah. Well,
She looks at Warden.
I could give you guys some time if you need some time.
That would be appreciated.
Okay, bye.
Mira just like fades back into the tower with Linger.
Yeah, we can explore. Well,
Yeah, we're gonna explore.
Yeah.
let's start talking about how we're going to redecorate. Now that we're picky.
Oh, man.
Ilias...
Warden will.
Oh, sorry, yes, go for it.
Yeah, Warden will kind of place his mother down on the steps of the tower. Are there any other like automatons out or?
So from this kind of vantage point, you can see there are plenty that look like they're still patrolling the town. As you're kind of looking around, the guards that were on the patrol out here that you're starting to realize were probably in league with the tower, and that's why they were going along with this whole plan. You start looking around for them as Ilias kind of steps up with a chuckle, and it seems like not all of the resistance was fake. And you look around and there are just dismantled automatons. There are townsfolk in similar armor to Warden. They are cleaning swords. They're looking up at you guys kind of expectantly, hopefully. They see both of you emerging. Ilias back in one piece. Warden harmed, but for the most part intact. They see you emerge with your mother and they just start dropping the weapons and walking over. They're congratulating you, they're congratulating Ilias. They are keeping a respectful distance from your mother because she is clearly not great and crowding her would not be good. And Ilias kind of drapes a large hand across your shoulder and, well, Felakis, stay or don't stay, I would say my friends and I should be able to clean the rest of this mess up quite nicely.
I only wish it could have been like this the first time.
Me too, brother. Me too. Keep the sword, by the way. I've got plenty.
Oh shit, awesome.
And he kind of looks out and looks back at you. Sort of for the best, anyway. there's sort of only really space for one warden in this city, and I was kind of hoping it would be me.
I
I'm
see
just
how
kidding.
things. Yeah. Are the bullywugs there?
You give me a perception check.
No.
I'm gonna roll a stealth check for them.
It's like Ward just remembers this is like, oh wait a minute.
We got to get the crystal back to them, though.
4. That one.
No.
Let me roll a
Inspiration,
perception
baby!
check for
Inspiration.
Ilias. Ilias passes. As Warden's kind of scanning the tree line. Ilias kind of stops and... Are those? You follow his gaze, and you know, like when you see a tree full of birds and you can see like all the bird heads poking out of the tree? This tree is just full of fucking frogs.
Yeah.
Little bullywug heads poking in and out of the tree, just kind of occasionally peeking out to lurk.
Man, I love frogs.
They were
Their stealth check was a 10.
Nice.
So they're kind of hidden, but not very well.
yes, they were part of the plan. We might have promised. Well,
We definitely promised something.
Yeah, it's that crystal.
Yeah. They can have it now. We're done with it.
Yeah, you just
Mhm.
promised that it would be returned to the Stonehenge.
Yeah.
They were like, we just want it back here, because then people come to visit it, and then we can mug them for their stuff.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Plus, like, it's
Circle
a
of
religious
life.
thing for them now.
Warden just looks at the rest of the defenders. It's like, I mean, we can still fight them if you want. Like, we could fight them. I'm kidding.
Warden's like so ready to fucking fight.
Still got
Yeah.
he
that bloodlust.
looks at you and he's like, you and your friends brought an army of bullywugs to try and help you against the tower. Your friends
Hey,
are
man.
crazy people.
That's fair.
Better bullywugs than automatons.
I mean, look, I'm not that. Yeah, good one. I'm not saying it's not a good plan. It's just that's pretty crazy.
I
Just
think
a
they're what I needed.
silly idea.
I think the craziness for my friends is what they needed in the end.
That tracks. And here we'll get to work on getting rid of the tower's automatons. They won't bother us anymore. Once we're disposed of them in Bellica, we will send word to the rest of the Silent Isle that the tower is no more, and they don't need to fear his name. And we will get them flushed out of every single one of these places. Because I know you didn't
Nice.
really sidetrack over here, but like you could have gone to some other places and there would have been loads of automatons there. It's also why there's that new huge wall around Hapetra, like they were trying to keep the tower out.
Makes sense. Oh man. So yeah.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
get the sense you didn't really query that
we're
much
good
when
at
you
our
first
job.
came here, so I was just kind of letting you know.
Shockingly, we didn't query a lot of things, but you know.
It's not our style.
No, it's not.
I
Lesson
just-
learned.
Something made me feel like I had to tell you that.
Was it like the stupid look on our faces, or what did it?
Yeah, Warden will. He'll let them get back to it, and he'll just kind of just take a seat next to his mother. Yeah, and we can. The others can take the scene.
Cool. As Ilias just kind of shouts out to the others. Well then, spread the word. Philakis is back, and he has brought us the head of the tower. And the
We need
others
to keep
just-
that as well.
No,
It's still on Linger's belt.
Sorry, we need
Yes, yes.
as the others just charge down the hill back towards Bellica, and Ilias kind of looks over his shoulder, nods at you, and heads down to help them. So, back inside. As you guys are exploring around, there are a number of different floors that I will probably just write a list and send. And if anyone wants to also just throw a floor into the mix that they think would be cool and fitting, feel free.
Cool.
There are 10 floors to this tower. The 10th floor, right at the very top, is almost exactly what Chester was expecting. The final key on the ring of keys that Warden probably would have given you guys as you were like, we're gonna go hang out in here and just leave you to it. Unlocks this large, ornate door that kind of swings open into almost like one of those really tacky executives' office. You can see there's this kind of large desk with a high-backed chair where it's very clear that the tower would sit and scheme. You can see there is a large open book out in the center of the desk, but there is this kind of like 20-foot approach where it is just lined with these display cases. And there are various things in these display cases. There are prototypes. You can see prototypes of various arcano-mechanical contraptions. There is, in one of the main central cases, and it is labeled with a plaque, prototype grafted core. And you get the sense that it is entirely possible this was one of the earlier designs for whatever it is that actually powers Warden. And the other designs that came after him. There are prototypes for this machine that Ilias and Warden had mentioned down in the basement, but they very much seem to require magic in order to have specific spells cast through the machine to modify people's memories and remove them. I'll give you guys that one for free because it's cool. There is, of course, on the opposing wall, a variety of objects ranging from armors to weapons to cloaks. There are a number of wands linger that you very much recognize the craftsmanship in a way. There are some of the wands on this wall even look almost identical to the first wand you had. And you get the vibe from them that they are wands that are enchanted with specific spells, so they probably can be picked up and used if you so choose.
Yeah, she will go over and like pick up one of the more familiar ones and just like, hold it and turn it and looks thoughtful. And
you turn the wand over and Mura melts into a puddle.
Ow.
Whoops.
Whoopsie doopsie.
These things do happen.
There is a
grabs another wand and undoes it.
Yeah. There is a large chest that is full of spell components. The vast majority do seem to be components that it looks like are used in the machinery downstairs, so powering kind of arcano-mechanical spells and powering the spells that the tower uses for his research. But there is a large array of spell components that fill out Linger's spellbook and carry us over the next few levels worth of spell components. Because
Hell yeah.
Like that.
Saving time.
Yes, crazy that.
Love it.
There are a number of spell scrolls that we will also get into off screen.
That's how we do.
And the large open book on the desk seems to be a journal. Oh, and also I should have mentioned, there is another table at the other end of this room, which has various buttons and levers on it, and when combined with what Chester tells you about what Ilias told him, very much seems to be the controls for moving the tower. There are sigils kind of around this control panel almost, and Linger, they scream kind of teleportation spells.
Yes.
And it starts to all kind of connect into place where Warden had said he'd seen the tower before, it wasn't here, he doesn't remember where it was, people saying there's rumors of the tower being in different places. It just seems like he teleports the entire tower wherever he wanted to go.
That sounds marvelous, and I want it. We can have the townspeople come in and scrap out all of the metal and the things.
Yeah,
from the lower
we're keeping this
floors.
tower, right? This is ours now.
Yes.
Okay, you know what we should do?
At least
One thing we should do is
Really wants it.
let's do that thing where we each get a floor and then we can like decorate it how we want it. That sort of idea.
The first step I do feel is going to be gutting it so that Warden will feel more comfortable with this acquisition.
That can be done quite easily.
Yeah, I figure like the town could definitely use the metal, the glass, the stone.
Yeah,
and then
they
we can
use all
clean
that
it.
we can get.
The main
Yeah.
real issue here is dismantling the pipes with the lava in them.
Pain in the ass.
There are you would easily find how to kind of like divert and stop the flow of the lava.
I mean, do we not want some lava at our disposal? I wouldn't mind.
I'm just
having
saying,
some
I
lava.
think it's really inefficient.
Marshmallows?
I think it's really inefficient just to pump it up from the ground. Like, you can just make lava, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just molten rock, guys. Come on, like, just make your own lava. You don't have to pump it up from, like, plate tectonics.
Right?
That's a lot more
going to
work.
a place, draining all of its
Yeah.
resources, and then fucking off.
That's my favorite.
This would
thing.
be a massive thing to just walk away from. So hopefully we can do enough to it to make Warden okay with the choice to keep it.
A figuratively and literally massive thing to walk away from.
Yeah.
There is also a number of chests that are piled with gold, silver, and platinum. There is enough that you reckon you could give the vast majority of it, if you wanted to the townsfolk to help them rebuild and help them get back on their feet, and still leave you a significant sum of gold.
Or, now hear me out, we keep it all. We freed them. That's like worth more than any gold or platinum.
Strategically,
I'm just
saying
saying.
before Warden gets up here.
Or we, we do the divided in fourths, and you do whatever you want with your fourth. You want to give it to the poor? That's fine. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not a monster. I mean, I kind of am. Blah. I want to make my map software my floor now.
Go for it.
Yeah. Maybe a portion of the gold can be accounted for decorating,
Absolutely.
getting because wizardy things in a room.
So we'll say there's enough to apportion that sort of stuff, whilst also leaving enough gold that split between the four of you, you can, however you want to assemble it between kind of platinum, gold, silver, whatever you want, realistically. There is enough that you could quite feasibly take 5,000 gold each and still have
Holy
enough
shit!
to refurbish
Nice.
and give to the town.
Okay, that
I'm
sounds
sorry.
good.
Did you say 5,000 with 3 zeros?
Yeah.
Hey, how
Yeah.
much was that cloak to get that cloak of displacement made?
5,000 no.
Because I still got that skin, and I'm gonna call my.
Yeah. Well,
I'm gonna call.
Linger's been working on them slowly.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but you know,
I mean,
By the
yeah,
way,
we
guys,
got.
we're using gold
Do
weight,
it-
and now you're all encumbered.
Aww.
No,
oh,
fine.
good thing we
It's
have
fine.
this
We're not-
tower to store it in.
Not again.
That's also true, but it's guys, it's fine. Don't worry about it. We're not using gold weight. No one ever uses
Oh.
gold weight. Gold weight is.
Oh, that's not
stupid.
true. I know a
don't
ton
like
of DMs
gold
that
weight.
use gold weight, and I think it's stupid.
Just convert. Just trade it in for gems, and you're fine. Gems weigh
That's also
nothing.
Just don't make me fucking. I don't know, man. Like, bro,
Um,
Well, that's why I'm saying it's silly to even bother with it because you could just say it's
Yeah.
something else and it's fine.
yeah.
All right,
so
Oh,
what do
wow.
you guys like to do?
all the money in a tower.
Do remember as well, you have that one-way, one-use sending stone where you can call Ervir for a pickup if you want to leave the silent.
Oh, yeah.
Isle.
Oh yeah, I already told
So that's
them
the
to do
thing. How far can this tower go?
Well, let's have a look at these
You wait.
controls here.
I was gonna say you
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to guess, and the controls don't really seem to
Yeah.
indicate.
Okay, maybe if we just push all the buttons, that's what gets you the farthest.
Let's try for a long jump and see what happens. Oliver can pick us up wherever we land. Just be ready to swim.
Guys, there was a journal on the desk as well, right?
Oh yeah,
Maybe
the
we should
journal.
read the
Go
journal.
back. Before we get too excited about the tower, I guess we should make sure
If
it'll
only
even
he's
work.
like a mad scientist who keeps notes of the things he does.
Yeah.
All right. Rip has been reading the journal
Yes.
while we're.
Yeah, so reading through the journal, there's a lot of bad stuff in it. A lot of talk
Uh-huh.
about the experiments he does. There is indication that the tower can, theoretically, it can only be done once every now and then. It does need some time to recharge if it does it, but it can jump continents. Ideally,
Ooh.
it goes
fuck.
from landmass to landmass effectively by kind of like closest association. So whilst you technically could right now jump, because it has been here for a long time charging up, you could technically jump from the Silent Isles to Silent Isle, there's only one, to Faltis, which is almost on the other side of the map if we jump over to the world map, just so you can have a look. So while it loads, you could theoretically jump across to there, but it would then also take a lot of time to charge back up. So if we're looking at the world map, stream for everyone, the Silent Isle is here, and Faltis is here. The last jump that was made from the tower, he talks about being near Thistlewood for a time, and then being on the Silent Isles, basically, for a few years before, as you're kind of tracking through what he's been writing. He made a jump from Thistlewood to the Silent Isle, and was there for about 5 years before everything that happened with Warden went down. And he seems to have just stayed on the Silent Isle since, and moved around various parts of it. So you would wager, if you wanted to jump back to the Silent Isle, you could do so very easily. If you wanted to jump straight to the Floating Citadel, I wouldn't advise it. You could.
No, that's probably not a good idea.
You might get shot down by about 300 fireballs if a magic tower suddenly appears. Plus, it's probably like Hogwarts. You can't just teleport in without permission.
Right.
Of course.
There's probably enough chance.
Excuse me, where's the tower parking? You know they have tower parking.
Yeah.
It's a place full of
Oh,
wizards.
Absolutely. But you still need some form
Yeah,
of
we gotta have
You
the
need a
parking pass.
permit.
Yeah. You could, as I say, theoretically jump to any one of the continents right now, but the indication is it would probably need like another year to charge back up to hop continent to continent, unless, for example, you were to go to one of the closer points, so if we head all the way up to the rising plateaus at the top of Azith, if you were to be stationed at Ilne Talith, you could theoretically make the jump from there across to Faltis and not use too much of the charge.
So if we went from the Silent Isles to the Sleeping Gardens to Azith,
Still make another jump up to Azith if you needed to, quite easily, yes, without having to worry about the charge.
okay. So we just have to be, and then all Linger needs to do is learn transportation circles so that we can like go about and then zip back to the tower.
Yeah. It's
Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
also the sort
Doable.
of thing that I'm not getting too specific into it now, because after a couple of jumps, Linger will have figured out how long charges take, what sort of things match with what he's been saying in the journal, and Linger will be able to piece it together.
She'll do the math.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do all the math. This is what you have a geeky girl for.
Hell yeah.
I
So
mean, we'll
yeah,
still spend plenty of time away from the tower, so that'll be nice.
and that's
still
what Magnificent
have-
Mansion's for.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
So what would you guys like to do then?
I think.
Oh, I was going to ask
ahead.
you actually, Linga.
Okay.
You have the ability to detect magic, and then we could sort of go up and down in this tower and get all the magical goodies. Maybe
I
there's
think that
rooms.
sounds like a very good plan.
It all happens off screen
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
to make everyone's lives.
That will also
easier
give us some time to really get an understanding of the facilities and the space available to us. And
Yes.
I would like one of the upper floors, the topmost if possible, but I'm not going to be.
Ooh, you all want to roll for it?
Sure.
I mean, I don't care what floor I get.
I want the top as well, so I want to roll for it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's.
What are we going to do? D20? I have one in my
Yeah.
pocket here, just so happens.
Chester pulls out his polyhedral dice set.
You notice it's got 20s on all sides.
Okay.
Warden just throwing one in from outside.
I too want
Yeah.
the top.
All right. Second from the top. I'll take it. You better not be making a lot of noise up there.
Quiet as a mouse.
Well, you say she better not make a lot of noise, but she did study those silence runes that they were using in the Runestone Forge to not disturb the town above them.
Yeah.
Yep. It's going to be so quiet on her floor.
So
Quiet.
I would let her
Deathly quiet.
trace those runes so that it doesn't disturb any of the other floors, but like you can still obviously speak and talk and cast spells like you can in the Runestone
Yeah.
Forge. It's just like a reverse silence almost.
It's like the best soundproofing.
Yes.
She could
So you
jump on a
have-
trampoline up there and you won't hear it.
Yeah, you have wall, you have layer of runes, and then you have another wall, and that's how you get the soundproofing to work.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And acoustic foam, obviously, because she likes acoustics.
Mm-hmm. It's important for spellcasting,
It
actually.
is. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Well,
That question to you guys again.
should we
Yeah.
call? Are we ready to? Do we need to talk to the town people? Should we? I don't know.
Give
You
the
can just
crystal
hear
to the
sounds
Bullywugs.
of fighting and automatons dying in the town below.
Ugh. Yeah, we
Yeah,
gotta give the
well-
crystal to the
Good dog.
Bullywugs.
Let's do that. Get people starting to scrap out the stuff in here. And
Rune can come back inside to be with the rest of the group.
We're keeping
and
it.
then we'll. Are you gonna name the tower, Mira? Mira should name the tower.
Oh yeah, I'll think of something really good. I definitely don't think we could use the tower 'cause
No.
It's a little
And I think
noticeable.
obviously it's going to say abracadabra real big.
Oh
on it.
yeah.
Branding is important.
Up along the side of the tower.
Yeah. On all four sides, abracadabra.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or abacadabra.
Abaca Tower. No, that's not the name. I don't know. Let me noodle on it. I'm a naming genius, as you know. So I'll think about it.
We just put like, now you see me on the side of the tower.
Amazing.
I want those big Hollywood bulb lights that spell out abacadabra down the sides.
Oh my god,
That's
please,
exactly what I was
yes.
picturing.
Yes, okay.
Cool. So what's the plan?
We're so subtle.
We're gonna go give the bullywugs the crystal.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. It is in this kind of large mechanical contraption, but kind of between yourselves and if you want to, Ilias and his very large body can lend a hand as well. And you kind of carry it out of the town. The Bullywugs all like silent assassin drop from the trees. As the king just kind of holds his hands up towards you in greeting and reverence of the crystal. Hello!
Greetings, Your Majesty. As promised.
The crystal!
And he
And they all,
gestures.
the crystal! The crystal!
Yeah,
the
the crystal.
Excellent work, my champions. To Balthior's blessing. And starts leading them
Bye.
back to the Stonehenge.
Man, I love frogs.
So you head back to the Stonehenge. You place the crystal back in the center. Mura, it's an interesting experience. As you can still hear this machine kind of powering down, and as you've been pulling the crystal away from the tower, you've been seeing it's almost like there's strings being pulled by the crystal and then kind of snapping and starting to drift back to where they would normally have been. The ley lines are kind of almost starting to drift back to where they naturally would have been.
Return to your rightful places in the earth. Do not be restricted by this crystal any longer. Says
With the exception of the ones that are.
except for the ones that belong here.
Yeah.
I said
there
rightful
are-
place.
Yeah, exactly. There are like a number of them that are deeply, almost like being pulled into the center of the crystal and rooted in it. And as Ilias kind of places the large crystal down, they are just flowing into the crystal.
I want to touch it.
Okay, give me a
Yeah,
concentration saving
you
throw.
definitely should. It's a wonderful experience.
A con save? Oh god. Oh, I still have bless on for some reason. Ignore that. Bless is gone. That's an 8.
8.
Were you here when Linga touched the crystal for the first time?
No, I don't
Cool.
think
It was like the first time.
So let's do this one again.
Feels
In fact,
like
actually,
the
as well, I
very
forgot to
first
say.
time.
I forgot to say when Linga did it. Can Linga give me a wisdom saving throw? And Mura's gonna have to as well.
Yes.
But Mura, you feel all
Doing
of
it
your
anyway.
breath pulled out
Totally
of your
failed it.
body towards the crystal. Every muscle
need that!
immediately seizes up.
No!
It feels like this moment lasts forever, but also like a brief second. Everything freezes. You feel your feet leave the ground. You feel yourself pulled into the crystal. You see all of these different landscapes before your very eyes, Mura. Everyone else is hearing this again, but Steph's hearing it for the first time. You see flashes of a desert that is entirely on fire. You see this endless ocean. You can't even see the depths of the ocean. You see the stones of this Stonehenge almost start to melt away around you, and you're in this horrible, warped mockery of this Stonehenge, where there were these large stone pillars before. They are these large, jagged stalagmites. There are these horrible winged creatures crawling around where the bullywugs would have been. You kind of look up, and the sky itself is almost like this large, black, swirling tempest. And then you are taken somewhere else. You see this endless expanse of darkness with stars and strange objects that are too far away for you to see fully and clearly. These large creatures drifting through this empty space, and you snap back. Your muscles unseize, your breath refills your body. Everyone else who didn't see Linger doing this the first time, you watch as Mira just kind of touches the crystal, freezes for a second, and collapses to the floor and starts breathing again, and just kind of staggers back to her feet.
Oh, it's so weird.
What were the
Make that
wisdom
wisdom
saves? Mira was a 10, Linger was a 5.
No. That was my con save. The
Oh,
10
fine.
was my con save. I didn't make my wisdom save yet because I was waiting. That's a 2.
Hell yeah.
You got inspiration?
I do actually. You know what? I do have inspiration.
No,
so
you
I'm
gain one
good.
for that.
Well, I do gain 1 for that too. Well, you know, I'm gonna
Yeah.
leave it as a 2. That's fine. That
Oh.
tracks.
Can't
Madness
remember
is
I put my
fun.
physical book, so I can't.
Wait, is
make
this
it as
gonna- is this
dramatic
gonna
as I
be-
normally do.
Forever madness or temp madness?
We'll see.
I think he rolls for it.
Oh no.
Oh yes,
I'm
you
gonna have
mean
to
this is
bring
the
this up on
best.
the phone instead, because I can't dramatically flip through the Master's Guide that I can't find. So let's go with Linger first. Roll me a d6, please.
I shouldn't have touched this. I regret it.
Also, isn't it
5.
hilarious to you as well, Lindsay, that last campaign, Mary was the first one to touch one of these crystals and see all this happening, and this campaign, Linger was the first one to do it?
I like to touch stuff.
Yeah.
I picked that up from Lindsay, unfortunately.
With a 5, can you roll me a D100, please?
What I do love though is all of the madness saves that Miri made. I only failed 1, and
Drop your
luckily with
unconscious
Linger, she's
immediately.
bombing. D100.
The D100. Oh my god.
Yes, the
Oh,
madness
86.
are percentiles.
I'm stressed.
I mean, this is kind of Linger already. You gain a new floor for your indefinite madness. I find it hard to care about anything that goes on around me.
Wow.
Okay, fair enough.
She was kind of halfway there
Yes.
already.
Oh no. And we're not going to notice the difference. It's horrible.
I've gained madness, says Linger. What changed? Nothing.
The secret is I always didn't give a fuck.
Mira,
I hope I
D6.
don't get that.
It's actually the perfect time for her to get that madness too. for
I
the
also
Oh
got
my
a
God, you also got a
5.
5.
No.
D100, please.
Maybe you'll get a fun one. There's some fun
No, I will
ones.
not get a vote. 14.
Sounds like you got a
Just
fun
what
one.
That's what you want your DM to do.
She's drunk like milk and apple juice every single time since you first met her. But now, Mira, your new flaw, being drunk keeps me sane.
Oh man.
It's like Johnny Fever. There's a reference no one will know.
Oh. Can't hear you, Stephanie.
Oh, you can't hear me? You
And now
hear
I
me
can.
Oh, it probably peaked. How do you get rid of this? Do you?
So,
Kid?
yeah, you can get rid of all forms of madness. So just to give everyone an overview, for people that don't use madness in their games, or those who don't necessarily play and are curious, calm emotions can suppress the effect of a madness at any point, but that's temporary suppression, not getting rid of it. Lesser restoration gets rid of short or long-term madness, depending on the source of the madness. So sometimes, like, if you can still see the source, it won't get rid of it.
Oh no.
To get rid of... you can also use remove curse or dispel evil, depending on the madness. To get rid of indefinite madness, you need to use greater restoration or more powerful magic.
Jeez.
Mira just
So we only
immediately
have to
pays
worry about Mira.
5,000 gold to the nearest cleric for greater restoration.
I only have 5,000 gold.
Excuse me, help me.
Will I get that eventually?
I don't like the taste of this.
Mira's just drinking a lot of Bud Light. She really fucking hates it.
Bud Light sponsor us.
Oh,
No.
Linger and God, Chester could presto make the liquor taste like something else for you.
Mhm.
Don't do that.
Now it tastes like apple juice. You drink a lot of cider suddenly. Just so much cider.
If we get to level 12, I can get greater restoration. So,
Oh, finally.
do we level up, Mitch?
Yes.
Several times.
You will level up for this session, yes, but not
Hey!
today.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, I got lots
Oh,
of
that's
cool
cool.
stuff, just not what we need. Oh wait, what
That's
about
okay.
remove curse?
I don't think Mira knows it,
Oh.
but
remove curse
um,
does the lower forms. You need greater restoration.
Yeah, this is not the lower.
the
Okay,
funny
yeah.
thing is that I have that tinkered of sobriety too.
Yeah, so that Mira could pretend to drink alcohol before now.
Hmm.
But yeah, you touch the crystal, you collapse. The Bullywugs all, she touched the crystal, she touched the crystal. They look to see if you're dead. You stand back up. She has passed the trial of the crystal.
I passed. You guys got any like beer? A real hankering for some, like all of this.
But
What?
I'm gonna
One of
make
them
Mitch
runs away and
suffer.
just comes back with a crate of beer that they've stolen from some adventurers at
Awesome.
some point.
Mira cracks one and she tastes it.
But
Miura, you don't have to do
I don't know.
that.
I feel like I gotta. It's just like there's a lot of rattling around in my brain, and I just.
Hmm.
Why are they all basic crystals?
It's the base of crystal.
Good stuff.
Now I just need a commission of Mira reaching into like a cooler with like a fucking like.
And then it gets to the commercial.
Oh
It's
my
the
god!
Halloween art, but replace all the sweets
It's whipped with liquor.
alcohol.
Hmm.
Oh my god! Fuck.
Cool. So you've replaced the crystal. The Bullywugs celebrate. They herald you as their champions. Mira gets absolutely plastered.
No, I drink the tankard. I drink from the tankard of sobriety, so I don't
Being
get
drunk,
inebriated.
you say.
Fuck.
But it doesn't say
No.
plastered. It just says drunk.
No, I know.
Yeah.
So you can be a little tipsy.
Yeah.
You just get a little buzzed. You're a little
It's
buzzed all the
level of
time.
Drunk that my drunken monk always was. It's drunk enough that he is drunk, but not drunk enough that it has any negatives because that's just boring.
Yeah, Mira
Right.
needs to build
Not
up her
poison.
tolerance.
Yeah.
It's a fine line, though, so you better be careful.
Fuck.
So, what's the plan, guys?
I don't know.
Oh my
question.
god, Mitch, you're so needy today.
Right?
Well, I mean, you can do other
What
stuff,
you got,
but
Ethan?
right now it's just like, okay, so the Bullywugs have said this, and now we're sitting here in silence.
Back to town?
Yeah, we can go back to town, give some money if
Like,
we
you
want,
can
and
do
then
whatever
we
you want. I'm just trying
we
to
can
help
call it
nudge the
Irvier.
roleplay.
Yes, I do think we need to head back and take care of things, but it seemed like
Yeah.
Warden had something you wanted to say.
Oh no, I was just like, good question. What are we gonna do?
Oh, okay.
We're not.
I just didn't want anyone to feel overlooked. Not that I care,
Are
apparently.
we going after this magic? Yeah, that's
Not
normal. Anyways, are we going after? We killed her. We going after this magic individual? I didn't like the looks of him. say that much.
Do believe that is our next target.
All right. Can we take the tower there? Oh, I guess we don't know where he is.
Tower. I do.
Oh my
Oh,
god, what if we land on people?
like the Wicked Witch.
I feel like there's a setting to make sure that we don't.
There's two
Finger
buttons
doesn't
in
know.
there. One is definitely land on people, and one is definitely don't.
Make
land
sure
on
you
people.
tick the avoid landing on people on your
Yeah.
Google
It's
Maps.
just like the death clock stage.
Yeah.
It drops next to where it was supposed to go, and then the walls come down and murder half the audience. That's what happens with the tower.
I think the magician that we will be seeking is at the floating citadel. We won't be able to take the tower directly there. There are very powerful wards that would prevent that. But we could
You mean they don't have any tower
transport
parking?
it. They do, but you have to have a student or a faculty pass, and we don't have either of those.
Do you think we could get one? Listen, I feel like Irvir could acquire a parking pass for us.
But we could ask.
Yeah, we should
Certainly.
ask.
Linger's like, I got one, but it expired like 300
It
years
expired
ago.
so many years ago. If
They're
I'd
still
been able to
chasing
fill out
you
the
for that
paperwork,
last payment.
yeah,
Didn't get your degree.
it's the interest that really gets you.
Your library book is 200 years overdue, bro. Please.
It's wild.
All right, why don't we plunk it down and maybe let's say this area looks like it's kind of cool, and he'll.
I love
put
it
a
when you pull
X
your
on his
map out. Yes.
Was that like a euphemism?
No.
Mira doesn't know what that means.
No, my literal map.
On the map.
Because I I guess I got
It's
it
a
as well. I put it
picture.
in chat
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, right there. Okay.
on this little peninsula here, and then that way we're kind of out of the way a little bit, but we're still kind of close to it. We can get eyes on it, as it were.
Hey, do you
It'd
think
be
that
easier to be picked up.
do you think that the tower told the magician about like my dad?
I think it's possible. We'll have time to go through his journal and see if there's anything that's mentioned there.
I love that.
And I'm sure that we will be able to take care of the magician with reasonable expediency and get any information out of him that we.
I don't know about that. I feel like we took care of the tower too quickly, and now the DM is going to make the magician a
Mira
lot
doesn't know
harder.
what expediency means.
I thought of a thing we could add to our list, which is coming up with. Maybe we could do this between sessions, pieces, and character. Come up with 5 questions to ask the head of the tower.
That's
Yeah.
a very good thought.
Yeah.
Honestly, I forgot I was wearing him and she looks down at it.
Should we change clothes so he doesn't know it's us?
Yeah. Disguise
Just clothes
ourselves.
Yeah, definitely meant disguise ourselves and not just change into a different outfit.
I did have another thought we should maybe be wary of, which is it seems like, and I think we've heard this a couple of times, that people can be either led in or maybe even pulled to the tower, which is probably how my ex Kay got here. So she like shows up all of a sudden. We gotta.
Oh,
Oh no, we should
Looking through the book and across the controls, Linger definitely would have found the button that stops people just being able to come in when the tower didn't want them to.
Yeah, there's there's wards against that.
No, we
Alright.
we should let Kay come here because
She's gonna rock
I
up,
will
"So
have
you
to
got any more
find-
work for me?" Shit.
yeah, we got work for you in the grave.
All right. Well, I'll leave that to you guys.
One
But,
evening,
you know.
Linger and Mira just pull her into the tower, murder her, and Chester never sees her again.
Oh
Wrapped
no.
up that storyline.
No, that's very wise to consider, and I will make sure that those safeguards are in place.
Can we take the bullywugs with?
I want a floor of just bullywugs. This is
Yeah,
the bullywug
that's actually
floor.
what I want my floor to be.
They don't want to leave their crystal.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Not even like a couple of them that are like just exceptionally
tadpole, maybe?
adventurous.
Some of them will come along and they'll help look after the tower when you guys are away.
All right. I want a Bullywug floor then. It's gonna be kind
me
of
too.
swampy. It's gonna be great.
Ooh, the
Is
basement.
it?
Oh wait, does the basement come with?
I hope so.
No.
Like,
Well,
it
we'll
kinda
just have a
makes sense.
Bullywug.
The big
Yeah.
basement.
Well, yeah. It'll be kind of like the spa floor, kind of mud baths and
Now we're
You
talking.
do think though, so you know there is the trapdoor that would lead down to any
Mhm.
basements if any basements are made. So you do think you could quite feasibly, Linger would probably be able to theorize that you could make a basement and then connect it to the tower so that it would continue to come with you.
Whoa.
Mm,
okay.
things to ponder.
That's a nice weekend project for Linger.
You think we could put some more?
We need more floors.
I mean, you can just use shape water to dig an entire basement because it is the most powerful.
Oh,
cantrip in
I've
the
got
game.
shape water.
The most powerful.
Hmm.
I thought about messing with you
Everything.
earlier and being like, Mitch, can I use shape water to like shove water down this guy's throat and choke him during combat? But I thought you would be mad at me. So
I mean, you could try it.
I didn't want to. I wanted to be useful.
But yes, a group of Bullywugs. I will leave the rest of the naming up to you if you want to name the Bullywugs, but they are led by 3 people: Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Okay. How many do we get
Classic
total?
Bullywug.
We'll say 10 Bullywugs.
That's a lot of bullywugs. Quick, take a
Slaps
picture of Ronnie's
Slaps
shirt.
tower. You can fit a whole lot of Bullywugs in this bad boy.
Quick, take a picture of Ronnie's shirt so I can name them after all of the frogs on her shirt.
Oh yeah.
They don't have actual names. It's just
Yeah,
like
I don't want to give them
Toe
actual.
Boy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I want to call them like Big Toe Boy
Uh-huh.
and like Butthole Frog.
Yeah. Just make us up a nice list. We'll put it in the
We will do.
journal or something.
So are we gonna move the tower and then be done, or are we gonna stay and then move the tower next time?
Maybe we're
Kind of fun
prepping now because
Prepping.
we've got to do stuff to the tower and go
Yeah.
shopping
And give
Get
money to
everything
the
nice and
townspeople.
Yeah.
In between session things.
Yeah.
open up
Oh, that's a cool start.
dungeon draft and
yeah. I use Dungeon Painter Studio,
Nice.
which is a fun
need
one.
the dimensions need to be posted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will need that. Or is it like a TARDIS?
Infinite floors.
Unfortunately not. There are
Aw.
10 floors. More could potentially be added, but that's a big project. And a lot of magic, probably. Cool. Anyone booty calling Irvia yet? Or are you waiting till you've got your plans all sorted?
Well, I mean, if you feel like our plans are sorted enough, what are we calling him for exactly? Let's get that
Well,
cleared.
That's what I'm saying.
So we're
'cause
moving the
idea
tower.
was floated that you might get back in contact with him, so I just wanted to check because a lot of threads have been thrown out, and I want to make sure people didn't feel like they'd forgotten half their plans.
No. That's what I wanted to just nail down. So we're moving the tower to that little bitty spot, and then are we going to ask Erbil to get us up to the Citadel, or are we just checking in with him?
Ooh,
Because we don't need him
that's
to
a
pick
good
us
idea.
up now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
could ask him to get us up to the Citadel.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because there is like a visitor's port that we can
Yes,
check in
some
at.
airships would be allowed into the Citadel if they've been granted access. They'd be allowed. Especially. on
Oh, we should tell him
visitation
now.
days.
Yeah, we
give
should
him-
tell him now because it'll probably take him a while to get there, whereas we're going to be pretty quick.
I will hand the sending stone to Chester so he can
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's
do the schmoozing.
Sorry, what was his name again?
Urvir. You are.
All right,
VIR.
so- He'll take oaths. Hello, Irvir. 'Tis I, Chesterfields of Abracadabra. We are a brave band, also confident adventurers, dispensing aid, brilliance, resourcefulness always. We are message, and then no doubt cuts off.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think the stone is working.
Oh.
Oh no, I made a mistake.
The reply comes back, however.
Oh.
Yes, Chester, I remember you well. I assume, given how it cut off, you're looking for a pickup.
Oh no.
Chester then breaks out one of his third level spell slots. Shit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to be more careful with this one. Yeah. Meet us.
I thought you were just going with,
Peninsula. North. Floating citadel. Tower. We'll be there. Have a good day. Goodbye.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, you hit back. Copy that. Airship. Looking for tower. North of floating citadel. Need snacks?
I'm not wasting another spell on snacks.
I'm not wasting another.
Oh wait, you know what? We're gonna be sleeping now, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Snacks was a joke.
He casts his last third level spell slot. Yes,
That's it.
that's
Just
it.
Oh my god.
We can also say, if you would like, Chester also mentioned about the passage to the floating citadel.
Yeah, that would be
That
nice.
hadn't
If we
quite been
could.
relayed to him yet, and he
We could do that when he meets us there.
in the middle.
Well, if he
of-
needs to make any
Is he-
arrangements or anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
need to arrange that in advance. But
Yeah,
Chester would have done
and-
that. Lingo
and we
would have
need to
pointed
go-
that out.
Yeah, we need to go to floating citadel. Thanks, Matt. Snacks. Don't forget them.
Yeah.
Forget.
Very well. Look forward to seeing you all again.
I wish he would stop. I can't respond to this one.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just him responding to you.
He had like a question at the end of the sentence. It sounded like he wanted me to respond, but now I
It was
can't.
just him saying, "Look forward to seeing you all again."
And now I'm hearing this other voice. He said, "No, it's just you." It's really weird. I think there's something wrong with this spell. I got to figure it out.
It's busted.
And then you also hear, "I'm in your head."
Oh, that's just the normal voice. Okay.
I completely forgot. There is one other thing that was in the tower, up on the top floor. I was excited to show other
Oh.
stuff. And as you kind of have a bit more time and as you're starting to clear everything out, we'll say the reason why I didn't forget, it's just a little hidden away. In one of the chests towards the back of the tower's room on the top floor, there is a very well kept locked chest. One of the keys on the ring does open it, and it is kind of this large velvet cushion inside with a single large crystal orb from the looks of things.
Ooh.
Oh,
You want to ponder this, Linka?
I do want to ponder this
How are you
very
pondering it?
much.
Are you looking at it?
I'm
Touching it?
gone.
You
I
shouting at
mean,
it?
I'm gonna hold on. Yeah, place a thin, delicate finger upon it and cast Identify using Order of Scribe stuff, so it goes faster than normal. So
Cool.
Just a
let me
minute.
Just double check a couple of things as you do so.
I imagine Linger gets like big Puss in Boots eyes as she's like looking at this
Yes.
orb, like, oh
So-
my god.
Linda, with the
Yes?
identify,
Mhm.
this is definitely magical. It is
Yes.
definitely some sort of communication device. Can you give me a very quick
Mm.
Arcana check?
We will certainly see if I can.
Cool.
21, and you know what? We're about to sleep, so I'm gonna do that thing
Cool.
that has, I've been alive for a while thing. So 26.
So, you have read about what you can feel this almost seems to be connected to in a way, or like a minor version of. You have definitely read scrolls and stories about orbs of dragonkind. As Linger places a finger tentatively upon the orb, you hear very briefly in your head, "Wait!" And as you hear that, Linger, you, in the depths of the orb, see smoke start to swirl and coalesce as this, almost like an orb of fire forms in the center of the crystal. None of the rest of you are seeing this. You're just seeing crystal. You're seeing Linger staring at this orb. Linger, it suddenly spins around. There is a slitted lizard-like black pupil at the center of this ball of fire. And you hear, "What news, Tower?"
She'll just take her finger off of it.
And with
She's not going to
that,
respond. Not going to
I
respond.
think
Really smart, to be honest.
it's a fun point to end our session there. Unless there's
Everything's
last
perfectly all
things
right.
people want to clear up.
We're fine.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, she just goes, "Oh dear, that may have been a mistake."
Is there anything anyone wants to do quickly as we end the session, or are you happy for us to end there?
I think we've got a lot of homework to do.
Yeah. Interior design as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then immediately throwing the crystal ball out the window. Cool.
This is a
well,
boring conversation anyway. Mura, we're gonna have company.
Okay.
in
Wait,
that
we have a
case,
dragon friend. Can we just give this orb to our dragon friend? Okay.
Potentially.
Just throw it in.
Take this. Well, New Bellic has already had some issues. Do we really want to just be like, also a dragon? I feel like that's rude. That's Lindsay speaking. And then maybe next time I'll tell you why Linger hates the magician. We'll get into that.
Yeah.
Well,
But that's
Maybe.
all for next time. Thanks everyone for coming along, watching, listening, doing whatever it is and however you interacted with today's stream. Thanks Max for the cheers.
Thanks, man.
As always.
Love that guy.
Consistent #1 sub and #1 ranked chat every time I look at the activity feed.
As always.
As always. And as always, remember guys, the reason why our DM had so much energy today is because I was in fact drinking the newly released Wraith Reborn, an old flavor re-released with the new way of making the powder, I guess. I don't know, I've not known Wraith long enough, but I know it's good. Wraith Energy. We're partnered now. It's not sponsored, so it comes at the end of the session because they're not paying me to say this, but they're pretty cool people. It's pretty cool. We have a code. It's PHN. It gets you 10% off at checkout. The more I investigate, the more I'm starting to think they do ship internationally, but I'm still trying to get that clarified. But they're pretty cool, and they have ingredients that aren't gonna kill Steph. So
Yeah.
that's good fun.
How much stuff she's allergic to, that's actually very impressive, I
I'm
will
only
say.
allergic to
Very
berries.
Yeah, who else is allergic to berries?
I mean, a lot of
I mean,
people.
berries is a pretty big food group, you know?
Yeah. Did you know kiwis are also berries?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I didn't know
Yes,
that.
I found that out the hard way.
Sure did. We had a meal that had like a kiwi slaw in it, and I was like, I don't think I can eat this. After I took a bite, I was like, this is good. Yikes! Anyway.
So, we will see you all next time as we leave 1 week in game for Linger to turn the tower into her own personal lair and murder everyone.
Barbie Dreamhouse.
Linger gets lair actions in the tower. No, I'm joking.
When I wake up.
No,
Cool.
Linger doesn't, but Rip does.
Yes. This is Rip's lair.
It's
We will
truly
see
Rip's
you
tower.
all next time after, we'll say the remodeling all happens in between sessions, and the traveling we will pick up as you appear at the location. So I will kind of briefly describe the sensation and the idea of the teleporting, but we'll just pick straight up from you arriving back in the Sleeping Gardens to avoid the whole, hey, welcome back. So, do you guys want to teleport? Yeah? Cool, let's go.
All
We'll
right.
just pick right back up there. And we will see you all next time on Dragon Ball Z. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.